Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Trey, my man Bishop. We're here. First formation of the morning, first formation morning sports talk. Fall in. Bishop, how you doing, bro? What's going on with you, man?
WGO, WGO. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing this morning? Hopefully, this finds y'all Tuesday doing better than y'all's Monday. I'm thankful. I'm blessed to be here another day above ground. It is first formation falling. I see we got a lot of people that's late for formation. Don't worry about it. Come see me after the show. We're going to definitely talk about it. I got a 4856 ready for you. So be sure to have your pen ready. Sign block, what, 13? Wasn't it 13? Sign block 13?
Block, block 13. Is it block
Yeah,
13? Was it
I
15?
think
You know what's
I think it's
crazy? How long?
13.
How
I
long?
forget.
How
It's
old
been so
was you
long.
when you? How old was you when you realized that the concur and non-concur is basically it doesn't mean you agree or disagree. It just
Right.
means you that the situation which you're talking about was that.
Happened.
Yeah, it is what happened.
I don't know how deep I was into my career that I realized that, that you just concurring that actually took place. I don't remember how far I was, but it definitely wasn't in the beginning because I
It was
know at
at
the
the
beginning,
beginning.
I'm
It
not
wasn't.
concurring to
It
none of
wasn't.
this.
He's
I'm
like, I'm
not
not. He's like,
concurring.
I'm not signing that, sir. Like,
Yep.
bro,
Nope.
like,
You had to
do
put your
understand?
initial above it and everything. Nope. I'm not doing that.
He's like,
But
man,
yeah, how's everybody's morning? What's good with you, Trey? How you doing on this Tuesday?
I'm good, man. I'm making it out. Everything you'll say the unfortunate events that took place on Sunday is starting to subside.
Okay.
I guess say it helps because say it's of course I've been around when we lost before. I got clowned a couple of times. Of course, when the 49ers lost the Super Bowl 2 years ago, not so much in 2012 when they lost, but when
What
the
up, Taylor man?
most
What's good, Brad?
was the most uh I guess you could say demoralizing or the invasive I've tried to bend when a team has lost is at the
Mhm.
hands of you, Dishman, uh Sharon Williams when USC lost to Texas
Oh,
national
in that
championship, and I
national
didn't cut.
championship
Yeah,
against
I didn't
Young.
cut. And like I
Against
wasn't
Young.
late to work. I just had a late work call, and like I tried to, I tried to sneak in the building. I guess when the soldiers gave it up because when I came into the office, when I walked into my office, it was like Texas Longhorn. It was pictures of Vince Young all posted up over my window and door and stuff like that. So I just walked in, looked at it, I shook my head, and I like tore it down. And then next thing you know, here come you, Dish, and all them beating on the window, talking about, hey, hey. The Dish talking about there's never been a Trojan that could hold a Longhorn. He's like all kind of misogynistic beats in which I should
Yeah.
have called EO and say so.
Should have gave him an EO
Yes,
complaint.
yeah,
Had an EO complaint.
like yeah. So it was,
Oh yeah,
but
that's
yeah. So that
crazy.
was that. Like saying so because I don't have y'all here around me and stuff like that. I guess saying I'm able to
What's going
overcome.
on, Erica? Happy Black History Month. Facts. Happy Black History Month. How you doing? Good
So it's
morning to you.
saying all that type of stuff. So good
Jackie,
morning, good
what's
morning.
going on? What's going on? Good morning, Jackie.
Saying so saying one of those things from back in the days of Freeman and all that type of stuff. I
Yeah.
tried. I don't know. To this day, I don't know how the hell y'all do. I was in the building because I was like I snuck around. I came. Usually we come through the back door off the back
Hmm.
dock. Nah,
What
I
up,
was like,
Freddie?
yeah, I'm finna act like a soldier and come through this front door and slide into the office. I was like, what the? Then I had to unlock the door, which took some more time. Yes. So I was like, this is some
Yeah,
BS.
that was one thing about being in the military and being a fan of sports and stuff like that. If your team lost, or you had a team and it lost, bro, you coming in that next day, boy, to face the firing squad,
Yes, the
bro.
fire is
They
like,
bringing it. They bringing it, bro. If your team
especially if
didn't
you
do
don't
well,
talked about, saying, especially if you don't sit up and that's where I learned to like, hey, all I need you to know is that I'm a fan. So say at the end of the day, if we win and I talk, then we good. But saying that boasting and the next you get your team gets drug and then it's like you gotta come in and they be like,
yeah. Oh, give you that side eye, or they waiting on you to back on the back dock. They waiting on you on the back
What's
dock,
going
waiting
on?
for you to come in. No, they supposed to be in there doing some
Yeah,
work,
the
but they
supposed to do
waiting on
some
you at
work.
the back dock.
Everyone, you got
Yeah.
soldiers out there. You got even female soldiers that don't even pay
What up,
attention, but
Key?
they there just to hear it.
What up,
What's good,
AP?
Applewhite?
Applewhite.
Yeah, you another one.
He one of those ones too. They waiting on you in the back dock. And Trey, tell me this: was there ever a time in which you, because your team lost, and your soldiers came up to you, or your peers came up to you and said something, or no, mainly your soldiers came up to you, and you kind of took it out on your soldiers? Like, I know I had a time where they came up to me and I was, man, hey man, get back to work, man. I ain't got time to talk to y'all about no thing. Get to work, man. Do some work. Go over there and set up the line. Do something. Get out my face if I talk about it. We ain't got
And
time to
then,
talk about
or
no
they want to
game.
sit up. Well, you know, when we sat out in the room before the meal started. Of course, we did
Oh
more
yeah,
after
yeah.
the meal.
We're
Before the meal
eating.
started, yeah,
Yeah,
they
get
would.
to
It's like,
eating on
get
the
up, let's go, let's get back online, let's hurry up.
yeah, y'all want to talk about the game? No,
Yeah,
ain't we about to open? Ain't the doors about to open? Hey, go breathe the head count so we can go ahead and get on with this because we ain't got time. We ain't got time for all
and
that.
see, for
Let's
you
go.
it's different because you was admin in CRC, so you sat in the office. So you know, what I'm
Yeah,
saying, being there with Johnson and Howard
and all of
and
them. Yeah,
Jay and all them,
yeah,
Truck and all that type of stuff, and had
yeah,
to go
yeah,
back
yeah.
through. And then, of course, you know, what I'm saying the even the manager or the rations in CRC in and out your office and come and talk and stuff and
And
stuff.
then
That
you knew
man,
rations. Rations. They once they give you their food, once they give you your food for the day, for that meal, then you know they ain't got nothing else to do but talk.
yeah,
So they
but talk.
running back and forth. They sitting next to you. Hey man, did you watch the game? Like, man, get ain't y'all got some inventory? Do inventory. Do something, man. Ain't
Or
y'all
you
got
always,
something to do?
or you always got that soldier that want to sit up at that wants to be a part of the crew. Is like, hey, Sarge, did you see the game? It's like,
And
not
don't
right
even know
now,
nothing
not
about
right.
the
Yeah,
team.
don't know nothing
Don't know
about the
nothing
game.
about the
Just
team.
know that y'all
Don't
be
know
over there
nothing about
talking. It's
sports,
like,
but
hey,
want to talk.
no,
Yeah.
not right now, not right now,
Mm-hmm.
not right
Yeah.
now. That is crazy. That is crazy. Those times, yes,
Those
of
were the
course.
days. Yeah. Those were the days, man.
So speaking of days, man, let me have this ever happen to you, right? Of course, Cincinnati, the city of Cincinnati, has declared at the end of the after the Super Bowl, there is no school. But of course, this is also predicated upon the fact that they believe they have already claimed it. They are claiming it that Cincinnati Bengals Joe Thorough is bringing home a championship to the city of Cincinnati.
To the city and the state of Ohio, huh?
Already be like, no, we gonna, you know, what I'm saying, there's no school. School's out. Public school's out. No school.
Mm.
We're gonna be at the parade. So
Mm.
I ask you this, Bishop:
Mm.
is that standing by your man's, or is that pressure? Do you think
That's pressure. Y'all
that's
done put
pressure?
major pressure
you
on
already
Joe
you
Burrow.
already sit up and say we got this W. You
Yeah,
can
y'all done put a huge pressure. You could tell they ain't never been there before. You can tell you don't never come out and predict the win. You don't know. That's jinxing yourself.
unless
That's
they just
jinxing
go, you know,
yourself.
say support regardless win or lose. You know, what I'm saying that could
Yeah,
be it, but that's yeah, I believe too. That's pressure.
that's
Like,
jinxing yourself, bro.
you know, what I'm saying all
That's
these young
jinxing. But
kids is
then
basically
again,
watching
he is
you.
Joe Thorough Burrow now. He is that dude. You know what I'm saying? He is that dude.
So
So
I don't want to show my hand. You know, what I'm saying we still got 2 weeks, so I'm
yeah,
not going.
we
Yeah,
do.
so but
So
you know, saying I
is
don't.
it Joe or is it gonna be old Matty? Old Matthew. Only time will tell.
Like I said, I know y'all know what my pick is, without a doubt. You already know what my pick is without a
Yeah,
doubt.
the opposite of me.
Yeah, basically, you know.
Yeah, the opposite of me. But it all depends on who Ron pick.
Where Ron pick, yeah.
So either you gonna be on Ron's side or you gonna be on my
Nope,
side.
nope. I already know. Like I said, it's opposite of you. Ron can get it. Ron can have it.
Ron can have it just as
Yeah,
long as you
Ron can
opposite
have
of
it.
me.
As long as
Yeah.
you opposite of you. That's all we gotta do.
Uh,
That's how we gonna get it.
mm,
Opposite of you. So I'll just wait and see.
okay. Well, only time will tell. We
Yes,
got
yes,
time.
yes.
We got
You know
nothing
what I'm
but
saying?
time.
So of course, so I ask you this as well, and maybe you know, saying you could give me a example if you have one. Debo, did you see the emotions in which he showed?
Showed on Saturday. I did. Remember, I mentioned it yesterday on Sunday. I mean, I mentioned it yesterday. Remember, I told you how I saluted
OBJ.
OBJ for going over there and comforting that young man. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously he was hurt tremendously. And because I truly believe Debo carried that team to
Oh
that
yeah,
point.
without a doubt.
Yeah, he carried that team. He put that whole team on his back and pretty much carried that team to the point where they made it to, and to the AFC championship, right? That was the AFC championship game.
NFC
NFC
championship.
championship. I'm putting San Francisco in the AFC.
Because you showing your hand, you going with you going with
I'm
NFC.
yeah.
That's
So
what's going
yeah,
on.
I
That's what's
mean,
up.
Nash, I
You
mean
gotta
to
watch some
see him
tails.
sit there, my heart goes out for Debo, man, because to see him sit there and just kind of like ball out, man, and and know that he left everything on the field. Nobody else would have done that. Fact, actually, I would totally agree with you, Key. I think a lot of people misunderstand OBJ, man. I think that's always been in OBJ. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you look
Yeah,
at some of the
you know
things
what?
that
I
were,
would agree. I would agree. I
yeah,
would
if you
agree.
look at some of the things, like I seen a
His
thing
emotion.
on
He's emotional, like over
he is,
people.
and he
Yeah.
cares. He cares a lot. Like I think I seen something on Facebook not too long ago, or Instagram, one of the two, one of those social medias, where when he was still with the Giants, a player, I don't think, was he from the Rams or was he from the 49ers or something? Some player asked OBJ to go over there and dance
Oh, it
with
was
his,
Brandon Ayuk. Brandon danced with his sister.
right, dance with his
Brandon
sister,
Ayuk.
who his sister was had cerebral palsy, I think it is,
Mm-hmm.
and she was in a wheelchair, and he actually went over there and danced with her in his whole football uniform. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's just the type of person OBJ. Truly believe he's genuine, and I
Mm-hmm.
truly believe, that what he was doing, what he did for Debo is him. That's the type of person he is. Now, what I didn't like was the fact that, and I don't know if you caught this, Trey, but when he was doing that, and it happened, on Sunday, I think it was a 49ers coach or whatever. I believe he was on the 49ers team. While OBJ was over there trying to comfort Debo, there was a guy that kept standing in front of the camera, like everywhere the camera
Oh,
camera was trying to
trying to
capture.
block it out,
Yeah, he
basically.
was trying to block it out. Like, don't block that out, bro. Move your ass out the way. Let people see this. Y'all, if it was something negative, you wouldn't be right there trying to, what I'm saying, trying to block it out. But being it's something positive, it ain't like OBJ went over there and was like pointing in his face, we won. He was, you could clearly see
It was a
OBJ was
conversation.
talking. It was a conversation. Now, mind you, you don't have to. Yeah, you could try and stop us from hearing the conversation. I got it because it was probably personal. But as far
Mm-hmm.
as letting the camera see what was taking place, let them see. Let people
Mm-hmm.
see that. Quit trying to show the negative of everybody. Let them show the positive of OBJ or what, because so many people already criticize him of being a prima donna.
Mm-hmm.
So let people see that, man. That part right there pissed me off. I feel you, Freddie. That part pissed me off because I was like, move out the way, dude. Why you keep getting in the way of this dude? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Trey, I gotta take this call.
So even further, to continue with the conversation, there was even a deeper sense of emotion in which Debo showed, because as he walked into the tunnel, he kind of like broke down. He broke down again. Yeah, exactly. Key. As they got into the tunnel, he like stopped and he broke down again. Like it was painful, like extremely painful. And of course, you had 49er legend, Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott came on and he discussed, like, you have no idea, you don't know what the pain is of getting to this point and losing. It's unfortunate that, someone has to lose. It's the battle amongst two teams. Only one can continue to go forth. It's one of those situations in which you have to battle. And so think about that, the fans that go through that type of situation, but fans having the slightest idea, like I said, I came on and I stated, I'm subsiding, but for an individual that has to continue to relive that and relive that and relive that, you have to come over and you have to come back the following year. You have to do it again the following year. You have to deal with what's going to happen with personnel and people who you're saying that you share these same emotions with, that you saying that you share the same type of the same journey with the year prior. Possibly some of them are gone due to business actions and all that. So it definitely, like, those situations is grueling and grinding. And just like Yeah, you put the whole team on your back, Erica. It feels so. He feels. Yeah, you're saying that's exactly what he did. Like if you recognize it, you recognize he did exactly that. He put the team on his back. He's a receiver. He was a running back. Uh, he pulled them out of saying situations like he played and laid his heart on the line. He played with completely with the emotions and he put his sleeve and he did. Saying he did that. Like he's worthy of the Pro Bowl selection. Um, I don't know if he was an All Pro this year, but he should have been worthy of that. And when you look at saying his opponent who they had on the side of the field in Cooper Cup, Triple Crown winner, probably most improved player for the year. You never have the same team. So exactly, that's true. Because like you were saying, there are people, those individuals are going to be gone. And so it's just one of those situations where you got to not, saying just not for me, just because excuse me, I'm so sorry that he's a he plays for saying my favorite NFL team, but saying him as an individual, as a person, I would have said that saying in any case, no different than the embrace that you seen, the emotional situation that they had with Derek Robert Woods and Cooper Cup, as they saying they had their same, like that is an emotional time. I don't know how many of you, some players give their all for the love of the game, true Applewhite, others play for a check. That is so true, in which I could probably see, I could probably think, and I was just thinking about maybe a couple of other 49er players in which I can probably think of that maybe saying wasn't so emotional about it. We're able, but saying everyone deals with things in a certain way, and definitely saying you can tell that Debo Samuel, wide receiver for 49er, plays for the love. Saying this is it probably a situation where it helped him get out of situation. It helped him build and give something back to his family, to get his family out of situation. Saying he's probably building generational wealth, as we all talk about that. A lot of times we look to build generational wealth. He's probably building generational wealth in this situation. And saying and that's the reason he does it. Not necessarily just to get a check, because he loves doing it honestly, and it's saying it's, you see, like you said, you see that emotion, or like that's one of the things, like sports no different for the when you're in the trenches with your the service members. And when you go to war and you you build a family environment or a family like connection to these individuals, and what I'm saying, you build a general love for them, we go to war and you lose people, and it becomes a situation to where even you might not have been an individual who has ever met this individual, but because you understand what happens, what I'm saying, in these situations, you feel something. Like soldiers, I say there's only been a couple of individuals that I know that have also that made the ultimate sacrifice, and at the end of the day, that I know personally, that is. But saying we all know there's plenty of people, even now to this day, you see things in which you see soldiers and service members losing their lives, and you still saying you still have genuine heartfelt uh, moment, because it's like, man, that could have been me, or saying that could be, who's knows what that could be my niece, my cousin, my brother, my sister, that go in and enlist because they seen me do it. And saying some people never come home, and it's an ultimate sacrifice, and so there'd be that correlation in which it come kind of falls back on that. So there's nothing wrong with the emotion in which Debo Samuel showed, or anyone shows, saying when you're passionate about something, it's passionate about it, saying do you shouldn't have to worry about anyone else in the room that has anything to say about it. It's all on you. You should be the person. It's all about you. If you feel like if your emotion is your emotion, no one should be able to tell you how you should feel about something. It's all on you. So of course, saying continue, for all those people that's out there that got visions, or saying have a passion about what you're doing. That's you. It's your passion. You do you. Don't let no one tell you anything different outside of that. There's only one person you should be talking to about that anyway. But saying that's a different story. But of course, indeed, yes, indeed. Um, in other news, the Rams. We know that the Rams are one of two Los Angeles teams that play in the newly constructed SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. But interestingly enough, the Rams will be considered the away team based on the fact that alternates between the NFL alternates back and forth between their who was home and who was away during the Super Bowl. So this time around, the home team is the AFC team, and it just so happens that the Rams will be playing the Super Bowl in their home stadium. So they will be considered the away team during the Super Bowl. That's oddly enough because the the teams I mean, they're at home. Like I'm very sure there's going to be a huge, tremendous showing and backing for them being home in their arena. We all know we got the West Coast, aftermath halftime party. I think that's what I'm looking for more so than anything. I want to see the halftime show. Um, Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Compton represent stand up. Mary J giving that, saying that East Coast womanly flavor. So definitely that's something that which I look forward to. I'm glad to see it. That's what I'm talking about, Key. I think I look forward to seeing that more so than anything. Yeah, appreciate that, Frat. Yes, definitely. But that's the situation in which you have. So, I'm saying actually, I'm not going to front. I'm not going to front at all. I I I best yes, you know that Niger, West Coast to best coast, yay yay, as I say. Go definitely going to be a great halftime show. Ma. So and then let's not forget. I mean, we talking about the Super Bowl. Who wants to see all the advertisement, the hottest like who sits around and with friends and family and talk about what's the hottest commercial that they seen by the end of the night. I know I do. I'm not gonna even front. I'll be sitting thinking, go back. Sometimes I might even go back like a couple of days later. And if it's my favorite ones, go check it out on YouTube or something like that. If it's a good one, like what I'm saying, people they pay millions of dollars for those spots, 30 to 45 second slots to just to advertise to self and put all that money in. Yes, commercials, best ones of the year. Just like even they, say it was a couple of them that came out during some of the conference championship games as well. Really, Taylor May, which ones have you think that's been disappointing? You ain't seen any good ones over the last couple of months. Not saying, let me know. Hit me in the chat. Let me know if you've seen the last couple of years, if you've actually believed that the commercials have been trash for the Super Bowl. But yeah, so of course, like I said, the Rams will be the considered the away team for the Super Bowl. We hope to. Well, I almost said something. We'll just leave it at that. It's 2 weeks. As I already said, I'm giving y'all know what my picks are. If whatever Bishop pick, I'm picking opposite. With all the football players, is that the one where they're at a dinner? Key. You know what? That's good. I was just about to bring that up. Ma, like the Super Bowl. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So the Super Bowl, the ticket prices is crazy high. In the chat, Zach Styles just said that you talk about a $6,000 for a nosebleed seat. That's like crazy. So if you had, unless you got that paper, you got a bag, you got to deliver it to the Ticketmaster or whatever the ticketing platform you use. You got to deliver the bag in order to get a seat. It's crazy. Like if that goes to show, like if you be looking to find these tickets and you need to get them early, or what I'm saying, or you sit up, or I mean, the best place to sit is like he just said, to watch it from home. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy. Like that those like you talking about 11,000 four figures for a ticket, and then 5 figures you get closer. The closer you get, 5 6 figures. Like that stuff is crazy. But it goes to show that those aftermarket people, saying, buy poach them tickets and look to sell them because they hot commodities. So if you was looking to get to the game, you got to basically set the bag. You got to deliver the bag. How many are going? Who in the chat is going to the game? Who trying to go to the game? Who's trying to go to the game? So of course, another instance in which I found out as I read up last night. There's a the quarterback. There's no quarterback that has won the Heisman Trophy, a national championship, and a Super Bowl as of yet. But Joe Burrow has the opportunity to do so. If you do not know, Joe Burrow was the quarterback for the Louisiana State University, or LSU, Tigers, in which he 2 years ago he won the Heisman Trophy, which is a coveted trophy in college football that signifies that you were the best player for the year for that particular season. He won the Heisman Trophy at the same year in which he won the um, national championship game, and now he has an opportunity to win the Super Bowl. So, will he do it? I don't know. So I don't know who's riding with Cincinnati already. House tickets are the best tickets. I got you, Freddie. I think a lot of us, and possibly all of us, is going to be sitting there with these house tickets. Now, I had something told myself. I was like, had the 49ers won, I was going to have a Super Bowl party, and all y'all was invited. I was going to have a Super Bowl party, but so unfortunately, that didn't happen. And now I sit back and I watch. It'd be gut wrenching, man, because I was stationed in Joint Base Lewis McChord, which is in Seattle, and or just outside Seattle, like about 45 minutes, an hour away from Seattle, and to sit up and listen and hear Seahawks all the time. Like, I used to work staff pro, right? And staff role, I used to work and do a ton of games at the Seattle games, or just anything that happened in or around the Seattle area. And when I used to have to work the Seahawks games, to hear, oh my gosh, to hear them fans all day, Seahawks, like, that is so annoying, especially for a 49er fan. It's I couldn't stand it. And the whole time I was there, picklebacks. That's what we talking about. Uh tailor made picklebacks all day, food, drinks, and picklebacks. So to be a 49er fans, yes, 12s are annoying. They can be. You know what I'm saying? Some of them I'm good friends with, but yeah, they can get a little annoying. But they was pretty quiet this year. I tell you that. I ain't hear too much from them this year. But yeah, to sit up and be a 49er fan and hear that, and then to basically on the mat, Taylor May, I got you, fam. So to be sitting there and have to hear that as a 49 fan, and like, I'll be honest, the 3 years I was in Washington, the 49ers didn't beat the Seattle's not a single year, except for, well, actually, I stand corrected. When I got there in 2012, of course, we went to the NFC Championship, and we went to the Super Bowl, but we didn't win. So the rest of the time there, we basically lost to them throughout the course of the season, especially when they was at home. And then when we didn't, then we lost to them in the NFC Championship game as well while I was there. So of course, you know what I'm saying, if I'm going to any, I went to a couple of Super Bowl parties, or of course NFC Championship, because a lot of the people in which I knew out there were Seahawks fans, and so to sit there and have to endure and sit in at a party in which the one where the Seahawks played against the Denver Broncos, yeah, it's like gut wrenching. So all those, saying, bringing up those moments in which I had to endure, and then I was there when the game when Cam smashed Vernon Davis. Oh, it was I had to sit through that situation. Um, Bruh, I was just up to talk about a couple of things which I just talked about. One, so when I bring up the fact that the Debo situation, one of the things that what you missed, which Key brought up, and which I was just about to, was the main reason I said that. Like, so everyone's seen the situation in which Odell Beckham was consoling him, but a lot of people missed the fact when he walked into the tunnel, he like broke down going into the tunnel, like literally, like he was walking and it hit him again so hard that he broke down and had to take a knee in the tunnel. They had to go back and pick him up. Like, he
Who,
was
Debo or
yeah, Debo.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I
it
didn't
was
see
that
that.
gut.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't see
Yeah,
that part.
yeah. So
Wow.
it was
That
like
young
crazy.
man, like I said, man. And my apologies, everyone, for that was a call I had to take. But Yeah, man. When it came down to it, man, I saw, I think it was Key said something. Who was that said that? Somebody was like, it was either Key or who said that? Let me look. Me too. Who, or was it Erica? Oh, it was Erica who he put the whole team on his back. I feel so bad, and I totally understand how what Erica was saying in regards to that, man, because he did. I said the exact same thing, man. When you give it your all and you do everything in your power to try and to make the team better and do whatever you can to get that win, man, it's frustrating and it hits hard. Excuse me, it hits you real hard when you don't make it, and especially when you're that close. You're a game away. Like, you just have to win that game. You have to win that game, and for whatever reason, it just didn't line up for you. And man, my heart goes out for him. But that says a lot about Debo, man. That tells you how passionate he is for the game. You know what I'm saying? That tells you just how passionate he is for the game. And so to have him as a player on that team, they should be proud and understand that dude really wants to win. And that's a huge asset to the 49ers.
And then also what additionally what someone talked about, I think it was Erica as well. They talked about how, saying I was stating how saying you do battle, or you go to war, or how you engage and get to this point with those players, and they won't be back. And she's second the fact of saying it would never be the same team for the most
Right.
part. Like something
Right.
saying do the business or
Well,
whatever the case may be.
Like Garoppolo is probably, like y'all said, it's probably a good chance he won't be there next year. So he's looking at now. Debo's looking at a whole new quarterback, whether it be Trey Lance or someone else. It's we don't know until the season. Everything comes back up later on in this year. But yeah, you build that. Trey, and a lot of people who've played sports, or you don't even have to play sports, but just to know when you
Think
build
about
a camaraderie with someone, with your teammates, and
I
you
was about to
build
say,
that
think about
bond.
how that's like having to leave
Your duty
duty
station.
station. Yeah, duty station.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You be like, man, I've been
Even
like,
though you might have, chose to leave, but when that time comes when you really have to leave, and you clearing and all of that, and you doing all the stuff you got to do to clear, and you seeing these people for the you don't know if it's for the last time, but you like, man,
you
I'm
think
gonna
about it
miss
for the next
this,
time.
I'm gonna miss that. You know what I'm saying? And in a bit, it can hurt sometimes. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's a unit or a situation in which you didn't like, in which situation or a duty station in which you didn't like to be in, then of course it's something totally different. But if it's one that you truly liked, or the army put you on orders when you really didn't want to be on orders, and you was happy where you were, and you about to go somewhere else, it's like, oh God, oh, like Zach said, I'm going through it now, leaving my platoon. Yeah, man. I know how it is, especially when you're a leader.
Oh yeah.
You done got your soldiers the way you want them. You done got them how you got them hitting on all, you got them clicking on all cylinders, and now all of a sudden they about to move you out and replace you with somebody else. It's like, God, can I take my soldiers with me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
No,
you done built that bond.
I think my soldiers was happy I left. They ain't like. I ain't gonna
Don't
lie.
get me wrong. I got something like that
I was
too.
an asshole to at times. So like, so it was like
Don't
I know some
don't get me wrong. I had something like that too. Don't get me wrong. I
like
definitely had.
they was going snitching the first sergeant, bro. Like first sergeant had to sit up and tell me, Sergeant Mir, don't you come back to work. That was like going through my platoon.
What?
Well, he's probably talking about leaving, just in leaving in general, like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, but definitely, I went through that situation when they was like first sergeant called me, was like, Sergeant Mir, don't you come back to work? Go
Yeah,
clear,
and
finish
that's just how
clearing.
it
You know
is.
what I'm saying? But you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
get up out of here.
I love
Yeah.
doing what I was supposed to do. I was doing what I was supposed to do at the end of the day. So,
Right.
but you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You just that's just what it is, man. Sometimes you just have those people that or those bonds that you built with those certain individuals within your unit or within your section. There, excuse me, that sometimes you feel are irreplaceable, and that you just don't want to lead in people, man. You want to, of course, you want to move on in your career, but like a lot of times, sometimes you want to take those people with you because y'all have built such a huge bond, and especially with people in which you deployed with too. When y'all went through down in the, you down in the deployments, and you've gone through a lot while deployed, and then come back to garrison, and then you or a few of your soldiers end up on orders to PCS somewhere else, or even ETS
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. It's the same. It's the same. Certain people you hate seeing go, and I'm sure Debo feels the same way. I'm sure there's going to be some more moves outside of
Mm-hmm.
Garoppolo within that organization. You just never know.
Which is the biggest one, especially from the position he played, and yeah,
Right. Well, yeah, the
definitely.
quarterback. Yeah,
So
that's huge.
as another yeah, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? And like we said yesterday, like we can't take away from the fact that he did what he was supposed to do. He just didn't get it, you know what I'm saying, could finish the mission, but he, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
he did exactly what he's supposed to do. What he was brought there to do was win. He won. He didn't win the biggest of them all, but he got there to it. They sniffed around it, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he did what he's supposed to do. It just was, you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate. Like I said, it's business. It's
What
all
year is
about
this for
business.
Debo?
Third year, I think.
Third year. Okay.
Yeah, because they're up for. Matter of fact, him and Bosa both came in on the same draft
Same time.
class,
That's what I
and
thought.
they're up for their extensions.
Yep, that's what I
So
thought.
three or 4 years.
Oh, so
They're part of that money. They part of the bag. Get the bag crew.
ooh, so he could
Which
possibly not even be there.
if they ain't talking the right money, but come on, they not gonna, like you just said, like
Right,
we
yeah.
all know
He
he, you
shared
know,
it
saying
too,
like
right.
if him and Bosa are gonna be there. If anyone, him and Bosa are going, other people gonna be casualties. Like I said, and that might be some of the reason why they have to release Jimmy G.
Facts.
Because they both, you know, say exactly the key true. So that's why another reason why they're gonna have to let go of Jimmy G, because Jimmy G is $26 million against the cap. They got to resign these two younger players. You know what I'm saying? That's probably, you got Trey Lance. We gave up, like, you know what I'm saying, which we're gonna talk about. You know, I have a segment for that, but we're gonna talk about. But you basically gave up, you know what I'm saying, first round draft picks to get Trey Lance. So at some point, you know what I'm saying, I would think the only thing that stops him from being at the helm is if you bring in a potential Hall of Famer
Such as
to
Aaron Rodgers.
such as Aaron Rodgers. But of course, I'm not saying Aaron has to be traded for, so that brings a different aspect to it. So I don't foresee anyone else unless, you know what I'm saying, Russell Wilson or someone, again, someone that has to be traded for.
Traded for.
So you know what I'm saying. So it's not really anyone that's out there except for maybe Teddy. I think Teddy might be the
Watson
only
too,
person.
but he has to be
Oh,
traded
but
for.
traded for it too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
he
saying?
has to be
So,
traded for.
so,
Yeah.
but you're saying definitely. I would think that now San Francisco would be a place like we talking about for. So Watson's one of the few that has a no trade clause, in which he
That's right.
might
He
be
does have
willing
a
to.
no trade clause. That's
He
right.
might be willing to open up to be like, yo, I don't mind going to San Francisco if that was the case. So
That might be. That, I mean, I could see it. I could see it, and Debo would probably be happy with that.
oh
I could
yeah,
see it. I could definitely see it.
especially if he's the same quarterback that he was when we last seen him.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you this: I know like I said, again, my apologies for taking. I had to take that call. But what was y'all talking about in regards to the ticket prices for the Super Bowl?
Bruh,
I,
$6,000 for the late. Four.
no,
Well, one
the
person
lowest
said,
one I
Nigel
saw
said
was
she.
5,000. The lowest one I
So
saw was 5,000, and it
so
was up in the nosebleeds.
in the comments, Nigel Jackson said that the lowest she saw was 4,000. But in any case, we talking about 4 digits, bruh. Like, you got to deliver the bag to get the, you know what I'm saying, and that's one ticket, fam. Like,
That's one
you're
ticket.
paying almost $5K for five figures for a nosebleed, like in which you got to watch it on the screen just like you would do if you was at home.
Yeah, because being in nosebleed, it ain't. Yeah, you rather watch it at home for that price. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for that seat. I'm sorry, for that seat. But a lot of people say it's
It's a
about the
nostalgia.
experience.
Yeah, I was about to say
About
the
the
experience, the
experience of the
nostalgia,
game.
and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
I
because there's so
completely
much
get it.
other stuff that happens prior
That's
to the
it.
game.
That's an experience I could do without.
That's your savings. I feel you. I ain't lying, Keith. Say that part.
And
That part.
then you go there. The team you going for loses.
Yeah. Oh, and then
Basically,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
Don't go there with the team.
basically just going to see a concert because like so
Pretty
you can
much.
sit so you can yell Dre, I love you.
Yeah. Well, and then that's another thing. You got to remember that they got to pay Dre. They got to pay Mary J. Blige. They got to pay
Eminem, Snoopy, and Kendrick
in
Lamar.
all of them. They got to pay all of them. So that's why them ticket prices are so ridiculously high, because you got look at the halftime. You got an all-star halftime.
Mm-hmm. There have it. I can see Mary J on Power.
Yeah, I could definitely watch Mary J on Power. Yeah.
So another thing which you talk about while you was going for that second, like the Rams are considered to be the away team in this instance due to the fact that the NFL alternates home and away during the Super Bowl, and it's the AFC's time to be home in at the stadium. I mean at this
Really?
for the Super Bowl. So yeah, the Rams are the away team in their own
Oh,
stadium for the Super Bowl
wow.
this year.
For the ordinary football fan. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that. That's crazy for you to be the home team. I mean, the away team for your in your home stadium. That's crazy. That's literally crazy. I didn't know that. But I mean, I guess if that's the rule and that's how it's always been. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
But
Um,
so something I'm very sure you enjoy greatly, and
what's
tell
that?
me what you think about this and how you feel. There has never been a quarterback to win the Heisman, to win the Natty, and to win the Super Bowl. Do you think Joe gets it done?
Oh, nice try, Trey. Nice try, Trey. I like how you tried to come into it and put it all together, try to get me to come out and say who I'm picking. But I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So I don't know if he does, if he doesn't. Who's to say? We'll find out. But nice try though, Trey. He really tried. I mean, he tried to make it all pretty and all of that. I like it, yo. You saw him Fred. Doesn't the Super Bowl go off all the season ticket holders? They get a chance first. I don't wait. You talking about like for the
Yes,
Rams
yes,
because
true,
they
true,
60
true.
because they
So
60 really? They get
yeah,
first dibs?
yeah, because if they're season holders at the gate, but of course, like you said, even like we was just talking about, Key, the early, you know, what I'm saying the tickets start to go. You sit up and set the price, so it start grabbing at them early. If people they already know where the it was at, so people could
Mm-hmm.
start purchasing tickets earlier. Which I was talking to my brother yesterday. And he told me that initially, you know, saying people were seeing the tickets at $600, you know, saying a pop for nosebleed. But of course, once they solidify who's playing, then it's like pew, and that's exactly what happened. So now you went from a 3 digit potentially to now 4 to 5 digits. Ain't too many people going to the Super Bowl by themselves. So you know, saying like
Wow.
that was that.
Facts.
So yeah, so it's definitely one of those things. But yeah,
Yeah, but Taylor made. Did you see how Trey tried to bait me into that, man? Y'all did y'all see that key? Zach, Erica, y'all see how Trey tried to bait me into by asking me a question in regards to Joe Burrow, that man, in
okay.
regards to will he win? Will he be
Let
the
me
first player
reword.
to ever do that? Come on, Key, you see that?
Let me read. So
Come
okay,
on, man. You try to
I
catch me off
readdress.
guard. No,
It's you know
dog.
say like we in the court of law. You know saying I was watching All Rise. So I guess I was. So let me readdress. Do you believe that Joe Burrow has a good chance of winning the Super Bowl? And being one of the first players to be the first player ever to win a Heisman, a um a national
National
championship,
championship
and a
and a
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl.
Do you think his odds are pretty good in doing that? And let me rephrase the question.
Do it. He has he definitely has the possibility of being the first to do that. He definitely has that chance. The question is it going to happen? We don't
Mm,
know.
we don't
We
know.
don't know. He definitely has that chance though. That would be a huge feat. That would be a very huge feat for him to pull that off and be the first to do something as such. Has anyone ever even been in that position before? Or is he
Uh,
the first one in the position as well
Cam
as
Cam Newton probably. Yeah, Cam Newton. Cam Newton was the
Cam
closest.
Newton? That's
Yeah,
right. Cam
but he
Newton.
got
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. But yeah,
Yeah,
we know what
Cam
happened with
Newton.
that game.
That's right. Yeah, we do. We do. Poor Cam. But
Cam, poor Cam
yeah,
Newton.
yeah. But yeah, Joe, I mean, man, Joe could be the next man, you know. Um,
You think so?
I mean, he could be, man. He could be
I
the
mean,
next
right
dude.
now that's what it's looking like. So I guess.
Yeah, he could be the next dude. Like, so my question for you, right? This is something that was brought up yesterday that I saw on TV.
Hmm.
Um, if you had an opportunity, rate your top 5 QBs of all time.
That's funny because I was just about to ask you that same question, but I had 7. So okay, Uh,
Going 5 to number 1.
5-1. 5-1. So I would say.
And we like to hear y'all's too. Y'all top 5 quarterbacks of all time. 5 to 1.
So 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
5-1. 5-1. 5-1. My number 5 would be John Elway.
Okay. And I was just about to ask, does that mean? No, go ahead. No, never mind. That's something else. I'm thinking about something else. Go ahead.
So my number 5 would be John Elway.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 would be Drew Brees.
Okay.
Number 3, Peyton Manning. Number 2, Joe Montana, and number
Mm-hmm.
1, Tom Brady.
Okay. I like it.
Who are you going with?
My 5 would probably be 5 would probably be Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, which
Yeah.
I can see that interchangeable. I can see
Yeah.
that.
I'd probably put 5 at Brett Favre. My 4 would probably be.
Oh, I just got Troy Aikman.
Oh, you did. So my 5 would be probably Brett Favre.
Mm-hmm.
My 4 would probably be my 4 would probably be Roger Staubach. My 3 would probably be Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
My Peyton Manning. My 2 would probably be, gotta go with Joe Manning. And my 1 would probably, it has to be Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. So I see you've been on a Roger Staubach kick for the last couple of days. You had that much of a affinity for Mr. Staubach, Mr. Roger?
Roger Dodger wasn't no joke, bro. Roger Dodger wasn't no joke, man. A lot of people talk about Troy, but Roger Dodger back in the 80s, early 80s, Roger was that dude, man. Roger was that dude.
Before you came, let me ask you this: before you became a Philadelphia fan and you locked in on Philly, who was your team prior to
the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because my cousin played.
Oh, okay.
Cousin played. My cousin, me and Joe Green played. He's one of my he's my cousin. So I was a huge Steeler fan at one time. That's why my brother's still a Steeler fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
my little brother's a Steeler fan, but like I said, he's a Steeler fan because he Troy Polamalu is what took him there.
Okay.
But I was a Raiders fan.
Key Montana number 1 for you over Tom? Over Tom?
Oh.
Ugh. Brady, you got Montana over Brady? Ugh. Key, the blasphemy. Oh my goodness. How do you put Montana over Brady when Brady has 7 championships? How do you do that? I mean, it's just a question. I mean, I ain't nobody, I'm not knocking you for your
vibe.
Yeah, but I just wonder how you put Montana over Brady. The man who has the most Super Bowl rings of all quarterbacks of all time. I am surprised. I am surprised at this one though. I'm not gonna lie. She has Culpepper,
Black History Month. That's what that's about.
Black History Month. Culpepper, Vic, Kaepernick, Brady, and Montana.
It's Black
and
History.
She got Brady. She got Montana above Brady too. Erica, what's going on? Why so many? Not taking nothing from Montana, but y'all do realize Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowls. 7. Wow. Okay. Moving on.
So I ask you this, right? So we know we about to hit a carousel. Carousel quarterbacks is what we coming across. So even though TB12, but Tom Brady did come back and say he has not. Him and his agent both said that he has not yet determined if he was coming back or not.
Hold tight Hold
That's
tight though.
still hot.
Hold tight though, because I just saw on what was it on Get Up that
Mm-hmm.
he did tweet. He did tweet.
Yeah, they
I
say he
want to say
tweeted
this
and
morning.
deleted it.
Oh, when did
Oh,
he
this
delete it?
morning.
Because I
So
want to
it
say it
was
this morning. I want to
so
say it was this
after
morning.
so after on his one of his accounts on Twitter, supposedly
Mhm.
it was that he is with the blue check account. He sit up and said gave thanks and all that type of stuff, and was talking and made um a thought made it seem like he was thinking about hanging it up, and then it got deleted. So that was what started it. But then, of course, when you said, "Come on," when you got Adam Schefter coming on and saying like he doesn't, saying he's not one of those, saying just put out. He makes sure his sources is correct. So that was the thing. But like I said, his father, Tom's agent, as well as Tom have all came back, and Tom basically said that he's not going to be rushed into that decision, and that he's going to sit back and think about it. But you almost can believe and guarantee that saying Tom is going to um drop the mic and walk off after that.
So it says
Although,
so breaking news right now is saying breaking news right now on
oh yeah, I
first
see it
take.
right there.
It says he announces retirement. Tom Brady announces retirement.
Okay, I was about to say, like,
So
do you think it should have been one of those things where he should have gave that at least gave a year, so that way everyone could give him his flowers on the way out, like kind of like what they did to Kobe when he decided to retire. He let
or
him
like
know
they
he's
did to
retiring.
Ben,
Yeah, before. Yeah, because at the end of the day, yeah, because Ben had a
everybody
couple of
knew.
games. Yeah.
Right. So remember this is what I was talking about yesterday. I thought it was kind of premature,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why it came back because on the Today Show this morning, it was stated that they put and then they announced this onto the Today Show that it wasn't that he hadn't he hadn't made a choice. It hadn't been he was still thinking about it. In other words, he was pretty much on the same boat as Grump on trying to figure out, you know, it was still too early. In which I said yesterday, I said, well, that's kind of early. I feel like, it's only been a week. And since his last game, I feel like that was premature for him to already say he's retiring. But I guess now it's official because it's breaking news right now. But I feel like I don't know, man. With Tom, you just never know, man. With Tom, I feel like come tomorrow, not tomorrow. I'm sorry. I say come back. Bradshaw, that's a good one too. Fran Tarkenton,
Tarkenton, that's an old one, but Fran used to get
and
it.
no one
He was
mentioned
he
Stephen
was at.
McNair.
You know what? Okay, I'll give you that, Applewhite.
I
I'll
give
give
you
you
that
that.
too. I give you that too. But I feel like by the time the the draft and all of that comes up, I think by the time the draft comes up and all of that, I think Tom may reconsider, bro. I would
You
not
think
be
you
surprised.
really think he's not done yet?
Yeah, I would not because he came so close this year. He came so close. So I feel like Tom has. I feel like Tom feels like deep down in him in himself, he feels like he may have like another year left in him to be able to play the game. So with that said, I feel like Tom. I'm not. I'll put it like this. I will not be surprised if Tom says
I'm not done yet.
he's coming out of retirement. Yeah, if he truly retires, I'll truly. And I'm not even gonna say he's fully retired until I actually see him come to the podium and says he's retired.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel.
you
He
see,
didn't like
you
bleeding
think
like
like
this
bleeding,
because
taste this in his own blood.
yeah.
So that's funny you say that, Zach, with the next one. So, Bishop, I pose this question to you, saying those that's listening. What do you think about Teddy Two Gloves in Tampa?
Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah. You think that's a fit?
Mm-mm.
Doesn't
Mm-mm.
doesn't have doesn't ring a good bell?
Mm-mm. In Tampa Bay? Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. I think, like I said, I feel like Aaron Rodgers is either gonna go there. I definitely could see Russell going there.
What about
Uh,
Mitchell Trubisky? You think?
it is Kyle Trask time. We do know that Kyle Trask, which is who they chose in the draft
Mm-hmm.
prior to Tom, or was it prior to Tom or after Tom?
It
Good
was. It was it prior to
Kyle
time?
Trask? No, yeah, it was after Tom because This was Kyle Trask just got picked up this last draft. Yeah,
Last draft, yeah.
yeah. So it was after Tom because after Tom won the Super Bowl. So it's after Tom. Yeah, yeah, after Tom.
What about Mitchell Trubisky? I think Mitchell Trubisky, I know Chicago didn't do well by Mitchell Trubisky, and he's currently sitting on Buffalo's bench. But I think he's going to get a starting job at some point. I think he's probably due for it to get with
Mm,
somebody that could probably use this kind of like the same way how you see Nick Foles.
yeah,
Like I think Mitchell Trubisky has an opportunity. He's going to have an opportunity soon to 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 show that. Um, so another coaching carousel question: does Deshaun Watson get traded this year, or is he going to sit out another year in Houston? Especially,
he can't afford
you
to sit out another year, in my opinion. I
don't
don't
think
think he
so?
can. No,
Because
no.
game speed is completely different than yeah.
You add another year to his age. I mean, come on, man. Like everybody ain't Tom. Everybody can't play up you know until they 40. So the longer that he
And
sits,
key words you just said play. Yeah, he's not
yeah,
playing either.
yeah. The longer he sits, the worse it's gonna be for him for somebody and
Uncle
he's
Rico
not getting that.
garden issue. Yeah.
Yeah. So I personally don't feel I don't feel like it'll be beneficial for him at all for him to sit another season. I don't. So the question was, do I feel like he'll be
Traded.
well, he can't be traded because there's no trade clause. But
Oh yeah, well unless they trade him to who he wants to.
right.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I cannot see him. Yeah, I cannot see him still being in Houston. I
Um,
cannot.
you think Jameis stays in New Orleans? I mean, we don't know they don't have their coach yet, so we don't
Yeah.
know who
So I think it all depends on who their coach is gonna be.
if they think what's the name is the if they think Taysom is the man.
Taysom Hill is gonna be, yeah. Yeah, I think it's all about the coach. And I think whoever is the coach, I think he's gonna give Taysom Hill and even if he wants to give Taysom Hill an opportunity to play
He gonna
QB,
give Jameis the opportunity.
opportunity to prove himself.
But if you think about it, it would put them both, unless it's Allen who is the defensive coordinator. I think they're on offensive coordinator. If
Mhm.
they a new coach coming in gives them both the opportunity to see because it's going to probably be a new system in which
Mhm.
most likely that coach is even one going to predicate to the quarterbacks that he has, or two who's going to come in and probably want to look for his own QB which he wants. So which is we look at it, they're looking for at Dougie P. Wow,
Doug Peterson.
your old man's. What do you think?
Mhm.
How you feel about Dougie P in New Orleans?
I could see that. I could see that. I could see that. Hmm. I could see Dougie P. I
What
could see it.
about what about Jimmy G in New Orleans?
Oh,
The game manager. But again, we come down to like, I don't know. They have a run game, so he'll be what I'm saying he should
Kamara.
be
Yeah.
around run games. So,
Mhm.
but I mean, again, he doesn't have a Debo or Ayuk or a Kittle there. Um,
Mhm.
it's definitely gonna be
But we got to
interesting
keep
to
in
see.
mind. We gotta not forget. Excuse me. Pittsburgh is in a huge position for a quarterback.
Oh yeah,
They
and
don't like
they
wasting.
have weapons.
They have mad weapons. So
And
they're in a
If
huge.
San Francisco releases Jimmy G, he's probably going to be a hot commodity.
Yeah,
He, you know
Jimmy
what I'm saying?
G.
At that point, he, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
right
You
now,
don't
if
got
you
to
had
worry
to
about no
list them,
trade.
but if you had to list them right now with the carousel of quarterbacks out there, where would you list them from 5 up to 1 as being like if you're a coach, if you're a coach, Trey, and you know
So
the
who I know?
carousel quarter, who's number 5 going to number 1? Who would you pick?
So because a lot of the carousel is players are still under contract, I would say, well, including who I'll be looking to trade for or who I'll be. I think number 5 would definitely be Jimmy G.
Okay,
Um, number 4. mm, Number 4, I think would be Teddy Bridgewater.
okay,
Number 3, number 3. Oh, so number 3, I think I would go with Winston. Number 2, Russ. And number 1, Aaron.
Okay, so you leaving Deshaun completely
Yeah,
off.
I think Deshaun. I think due to the fact of Deshaun still has those legal battles going on,
Hmm.
he's gonna that's gonna naturally eliminate him from anyone's list. He's gonna be stuck in Houston, at
Mm,
least what I'm saying, because you got to think if it comes out, if the season by the end of the season or by the start of the preseason or start of the new season,
hmm.
uh, if that's not handled, then they're going to continue to have him on the roster, and then
Hmm.
hopefully this it'll get taken care of during season, so that way they can bring him back. And even one, they will look to trade him then, or two, he would step in and he'll play.
Mm. Okay.
Because some of those in which we talk about are probably going to end up in over there in Houston anyway. To which at that point, there's going to definitely be a situation where they're going to even one release him or they're going to trade him.
Mm. Okay. Okay. I like your list. That list is that's a good list. I like it. In the order including the order in which you got it in. I can see that. I can see that. But the cap, what they do,
Yeah, the
they
cap in
don't.
New Orleans. Yeah, of course $74 million over the cap is a problem.
Is a problem. Yeah. Okay. So
What
there it
who
is.
are you looking at for to get yours out the for your quarterback? If you were a GM and you was looking at who you got a list of five that you're looking at, who's your five from 5 to 1?
So, um, real quick, the Tom Brady retirement statement, and I have tried my best, very best, this past 22 years. There are no shortcuts to the success on the field or in life. This is difficult for me to write, but here it is. Here it goes. I am not going to make the petty commitment no more. I've done a lot of reflecting this past week and have asked myself difficult questions, and I am so proud of what we have achieved. My teammates, coaches, fellow competitors, and fans deserve 100% of me right now, but it's best I leave the field of play to the next generation and dedicated and committed athletes.
Mm.
That's his
Mm.
that's his final statement.
It's not like basically saying he's not as committed as he used to be.
Right, right. Sounds like he's pretty much tired. He's pretty much said he's done enough. But my five, to answer your question, number five would probably be Teddy.
Mm.
Four would be no. Five would be Jameis. Four
Mm.
would be
Okay.
Teddy.
Okay.
Five would be Jameis. Four would be Teddy. Three would be Russ. Not Russell. Three would be
True that, Key.
what else does he have to prove? Nothing. Absolutely key. Three would be hmm. No. Five would be Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm.
Five would be Garoppolo. Four would be Jameis. Three would
Mm-hmm.
be Teddy. Two would be Russ. And one would be Aaron. Yep.
Yeah. See, and say, of course, and I'm saying like a lot of those are predicated on trades being done and deals
Right.
being done, but
Right.
all of them have seemingly made affinities that they want to be out, especially the top on the list. They want to go.
And
They
not
want to be.
and please don't misunderstand that depending on what happens with Deshaun, if Deshaun was to be able to be put on the
Oh yeah,
team,
he easily goes.
he would be in between the two and three part.
Yeah,
He'd
because
be
he's still
between
young.
the two and
Saying
three.
he should. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
He
Deshaun
would
is
definitely be between
as
the
a
two and
talented
three.
player.
Yeah.
So, of course, the next thing up, of course, with the coaching carousel,
Mhm.
interestingly enough, which I start to wonder, and saying what's going on in New England. Josh McDaniels stated that it would take something that the Raiders is iconic. Iconic is not a common word tossed around. The organization is iconic, hence the reason why he left New England. He stated that it would have to be something huge for him to leave his situation in which the Raiders came knocking, and he is now the head coach of the Raiders. So, do you believe that it was a situation where he just felt like the Raiders organization was the better organization, or do you think he's jumping ship, or it's just a situation where it's like he don't see Bill going nowhere no time soon, and this is opportunity for him his own team, and he just jumped at it.
I think it's a team opportunity for him to branch out on his own and be his own
His
person
own
at the
coaching gear,
and
yeah.
yeah, his own at a new team.
Mm-hmm.
In my personal opinion, especially with the Las Vegas Raiders, excuse me, being new in the area of Las Vegas and
Mm-hmm.
just like AP said, young team, new stadium, fan base, money, all of that, and his own
Mm-hmm.
all of what AP just said, all of the above. I totally agree.
Not a bad quarterback in Carr.
Car, right? You got
Yeah,
some weapons over
able
there.
those. Mm-hmm.
Defense is pretty decent. So yeah, I think that was best for him.
Brian Flores is looking at his second interview with Houston. This is where I did not want him to go, fam. I did not want Brian Flores to go to Houston
Why?
because of just from the exact reason what we talked about earlier. You don't
With
have any
Deshaun?
idea what's going on with
What's going on
Deshaun.
with Deshaun?
Yeah. So it's like, what I'm saying, now you call, like, if he was, let's say he was to get like a Garoppolo or,
Mm-hmm.
saying something like that, you still
Mm-hmm.
have Deshaun. It's in the waiting. So when just Deshaun comes back, is that now you're
If he
getting rid
comes
of
back,
Deshaun? If he comes
yeah,
back, true enough,
yeah,
we have to take consideration that the allegations can possibly be true.
yeah.
If he doesn't come back, or if he does come back, now you have this. Like, you have to make a decision between one of the two, in which can cause an organization to go in flux, because now you have split locker rooms and all this type of stuff. Like, I don't want that for Brian Flores, but he is up for
I,
his second interview in Houston.
mm, yeah.
It's hard. It's hard sauce. You got to look at, like, this dude has been the Debo Samuel for Houston the last couple of years, and
I,
so you're saying it's
how do
hard to
you
just,
move past Deshaun?
yeah.
You say that, but yeah, when you look at it,
He like
like
fell in a
Trey is
laps,
saying,
like,
yeah, you cannot just look past. You cannot just look past Deshaun, man. And especially when he's been at the caliber in which he's been playing, you can't look past Deshaun Watson, man. That's unheard of. There's no way you look past Deshaun. There's no way you look past Deshaun, in my opinion. You can't do that. I feel like yeah, you just come on. Um, I'm trying to look at something.
problems and issues, bad media in Houston. True enough, Salt Applewhite, that's true, but I mean, that comes with just about, think about the same situations happen with even owners. Remember when Kraft was up because due to the allegations that he was paying for pleasures when he from the massage therapy and different things. So we get those things that come up, bad problems and issues and bad media, but it's like, I look at it as, if they didn't move on as of last year, then they're looking at, now. Of course, the it's going to be a little tighter come this year, but they're definitely going to take a look at there. It's going to still be a comprehensive deep dive into, do we get rid of them or do we keep them? And I think that's going to also come with what they can get on the open market, as well as who they get as their next head coach and their insight and input.
Yeah, I'm I'm trying to see. Hold on. Houston got seeing this is the thing though. You say that, but Houston has the third pick in the draft.
But we've always talked about, there's not a too much of a market for quarterbacks that's out there. I mean, third pick,
And right now, the mock
who they
draft for
have them getting?
2022, they got them getting Derek Stingley, the LSU cornerback.
Oh, the corner. I wish he could get to San
Yeah.
Francisco.
See, so they not even looking at a quarterback by the mock, which says a lot.
Yeah, it says a lot because there's not, like you said,
That says
it's
a
not a
lot because
strong.
of the fact, yeah, obviously they either they know something in regards to Deshaun, or they're relying on what's his name in
Mills,
the as
David
the
Mills, or
who,
Tyrod Taylor.
no Tyrod Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
or they feel some way about Tyrod Taylor. because for you not to be looking at a quarterback with the third pick, and don't get me wrong, I get it. This ain't the best quarterback draft coming out, mind you, facts. I get that, but still, with you still having the third pick. Matter of fact, the first three the first three. Hold on, I won't even say that. Hold on. Matter of fact, shoot. As a matter of fact, a quarterback is not even picked by the mock draft until pick 11. There's not even a quarterback coming off the board until the
And who was that?
Washington
Pickett. Who was that?
Pickett.
Pickett.
Out of Pitt. Yep. He's the
So,
first
matter of
quarterback
fact,
to come off the board for the by mock. This is only mock, everyone. This is only mock. This is what they're saying right now as mock draft. Most of the picks are coming defensively. The first pick is the Jacksonville Jaguars with Aiden Hutchinson out of Michigan, the defensive end, and then Thibodeau out of Oregon for the Detroit Lions. And then I just told you about Derek Stingley for LSU going to the Texans. Then Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame going to the Jets. And then we got 3 offensive tackles coming off the board for 4, 5, and 6, which is the Jets at 4, the Giants at 5, and the Panthers at 6. The Giants come. I said the Giants at 7. They got that pick from Chicago, across from Mississippi State. Number 8 is Atlanta. They going for a defensive end out of Purdue. Number 9, the Broncos. They're going for linebacker Nakobe Dean out of Georgia. Then number 10 is the New York Jets. They got their pick from Seattle. Ahmad Gardner out of Cincinnati. That's a corner. And then, like I said, the Washington football team is taking the first mock draft pick of quarterback Pickett out of Pitt.
So I asked you this question, Bishop, since obviously we don't have a pick this year. Our pick is goes to Miami, but it's the 29th pick, or correction, yeah, the 29th pick. Which saying that hopefully that adds value to Trey Lance for the most part, because when he plays, we look at like basically we gave up the 29th pick for a first round talent, first top tier talent. But I ask you this: your Philadelphia Eagles have the 15th, 16th, and 19th.
15th, 19th pick.
In which ESPN's mock draft has said that they're going to go after a wide receiver, a linebacker, and a cornerback in that order. How do you feel about that? Is that what you need, or do you think if you were the GM for your beloved Eagles, would you be going a different route?
So by the college football news, they 15th pick from the Miami that we got from the Miami Dolphins. The mock pick they got us picking right now is Linderbaum out of Iowa, a center/guard. And then our 16th pick that we got from Indianapolis coach, because of thank you, Carson Wentz, for playing as many games as you played and stuff like that. We thank you so much. That solidified our pick for 16. Is our defensive tackle, DeMarvin Leal, Texas A&M. That's our 16th pick. And then our 19th pick is wide receiver Drake London from USC. No.
Yeah, that's actually he's pretty good. Okay, like he's actually pretty good.
I think we got a pick a couple years ago from USC and ain't panned out. Where did what's up, boy?
Y'all traded him. I got rid of him.
Who was it? What's his name? Yeah,
talking about Aguilar.
Oh no, not Aguilar. No.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about him. No, not Aguilar. No, it was,
who else was it?
The other kid was from out there. I can't think of his name right now, but the order in which they have it here on the college football news of center/guard, we know Kelsey. I think this is his last season. I think he's done for Philly. I think he's going to retire.
So look at it.
So that center guard, I think that's going to be good. Getting him Linderbaum out of Iowa, I think that's a good defensive tackle. I feel like we're going to lose somebody on defense too, because whatchamacallit, I think his time is up too. I can't think of his name either, but so I think that's good. And wide receiver, I mean, we have wide receivers, bro. That's the thing. The fact of the matter is the wide receivers just got to catch the damn ball. We have wide receivers. They just drop a lot of shit. Only one was catching for us was Smith. You know what I'm saying? We had all the other ones. They just dropping balls, bro. So I guess
So,
the order in
like
which
I
they
said,
have it on here, I prefer compared to the order in which you had it as I think you had wide receiver
yeah,
first.
they had wide receiver first. They had a wide receiver, a linebacker, and a cornerback.
I think because of the fact on where our picks are in the first round, 15, 16, and 19,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the way they have it on College Football News, I think that's the best way for us to go. Offense, defense, wide receiver. Because like I said, we do have wide receivers. We just need wide receivers who can hold on to the ball. So, yeah, I feel like that's where we are.
I'm trying to see where did I just see it? Because I actually had the names. I was like, oh yeah, but I didn't keep
The
it. This
names of
is it.
what?
Of the ones who they was looking at. It was one. No, one was a wide receiver from Ohio State
Who was looking at?
that they had on the draft for Philly. Philly scheme needs to fit the
Needs to fit
players,
the
and they
plan.
need
They
to move
need to
in.
move in that. Right now, they don't. They do not fit that mold. What do you mean? What do you mean, AP? What Philly scheme needs to fit the players, and they need to move in that area. Right now, they don't fit that mold. Like I don't quite understand what you mean by that, AP. Can you elaborate?
I guess he said, "What's the so Philly is a what pass first, run first, or a balance?
Yeah,
They're
because of our court, because of our
quarterback.
coach. Yeah, he's
Oh
a
yeah,
quarterbacks
Saran.
coach and wide
Yeah.
receiver. Yeah, Ronnie. He's a
Oh, he's saying
quarterback
they have
slash.
no scheme.
We have a scheme. It's a pass first scheme though, and I don't feel like that's what we should be doing. I don't feel like that we have a scheme. It's a pass first scheme in which we are running gun. Well, not a running gun. We're a gun team. It ain't even we were without the run. We should be running the ball more. I feel like we should have more of a older for San Francisco 49ers type scheme.
The West Coast
QB
offense
is a
type.
running QB. We get it. I get he's a running, but he doesn't. He shouldn't have to. In other words, Hurts shouldn't be his first option. Shouldn't be running the ball. His first option should be passing the ball. Now, if he should be a lot like Joe Burrow and the great uh um Patrick Mahomes. Patrick the Great, that's what I meant to call him. Patrick the Great. If the pocket collapses, yeah, come out the pocket, continue to look downfield. He's not what type of quarterback? Not that type of a QB. What type? He's not what type of a QB. I feel like if the pocket is collapsing, absolutely get out the pocket, make plays down the field. If not, then you make plays with your leg. But right now, I feel like we have to solidify our run game to open up the passing game. What do you mean he's not a passing QB? What? That makes that I don't agree with you on that. AP.
He's a
I don't
passing
agree.
back.
I don't agree with you that he's not a passing QB. What is
Who
he then?
Jalen?
Yeah, he's saying he's a running. He's definitely not a running QB.
So
Jalen is.
he was
Let me tell you what I consider a running QB, or the type of running QBs that I consider running QBs. The Michael Vicks, the Lamar Jacksons, the Tyrod Taylors, the Deshaun Watsons. Those are running QBs. Jalen Hurts is not that. He's not any one of those four. He's not. He's not a running QB. Does he run? Yes. Does he run more than he should? Yes. His
that's
DNA
why
is
he got
running the ball.
pulled. That's why he got pulled for in that game.
Right. His DNA, but his DNA, that might be his DNA. But the fact of the matter is, again, it goes back to what I just said a few minutes ago. It's because he doesn't have a lot of faith in all of his receivers. The only faith he has in the receiver is Smith and Goddard. All these other wide receivers are dropping balls for him. He has no like outside of who I just mentioned, not Goddard, but I just said him. Anyway, the main receiver we
Goddard
just
and
got
Smith.
Smith. Out of Smith, he really doesn't have nobody to throw to. Philly needs a better O-line, and we honestly need a better QB. I don't like Hurts full time as QB. The Eagles should be in the running for Watson. I'm with you on part of that. The O-line, I'm totally agree with you, Walker. Totally agree. The O-line we definitely need help with the O-line because he is running for his life. However, I feel like if we had a better O-line, it'll prove for better production
better. So okay,
from
I get
Hurt.
what you said.
Yeah, and that's the problem. We don't have a line to protect him long enough to show just how good he could be. So the team need to draft receivers. No, we don't, bro. That's what we've been doing for the past three or four drafts, bro. We've been drafting receivers. Bro, we had Jalen Hurts. I mean, we got Smith. We had old boy from
you got Rieger, you got
Rigger,
Aguilar, you got
bro. We've been
what's his AC Whiteside,
that's what I was
Arciaga.
talking about. Whiteside. That's the one I was talking about. Whiteside was the one I was thinking of. I thought it was out of USC, but I guess.
No, he's out.
And none of them panned out. Absolutely, none of them panned out. They've not panned out because of the fact. But we can't continue to spend money on wide receivers when we have an O-line problem. Even if we get good receivers, it doesn't matter if he don't have time to throw the ball. AP, if he don't have time to throw the ball and he's always out the pocket trying to scramble for his life to try and make plays down the field, it don't matter if we get a good receiver. We still need to be able to protect him so he can make plays down the field. I do feel like Hurts. I mean, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because of the fact that he was a former Sooner or whatever. However,
exactly what it is.
So whatever.
and then you had the audacity to try to put Arciaga Whiteside on the USC. That's like basically saying all black people.
Where he come from?
He come from the Pac-12, but that's like saying all black people look.
Oh, but he's still from. No, he is from the Pac-12. I knew he was from the Pac-12, though. I knew that. I knew that he was out of the. I thought he was from USC, but I knew he was from the Pac-12. I knew that for sure.
He's from the Pac-12.
I knew that. I knew he was from the Pac-12. You look at him, and I mean, look how he plays. You knew he was from the Pac-12. But no, that's the thing, man. We need to work. Like Walker said it best, man. We do need to work on our O-line. I know a lot of people. It doesn't have a lot of faith in Hurts. But I just feel like if we give the man an opportunity to show what he can do, I feel like we'd be better off, man. I really do. That's just my personal opinion.
Thank you, Freddie. With that Pac-12 bias stuff. That's all right.
What are you talking about, Freddie?
We got more for it. If we get
Freddie,
to
what
it
are you
today,
talking about, bro? Freddie, am I wrong? Are you saying the Pac-12 is relevant?
No. Oh my God! No, you did not just say that. That is not the words in which you decide.
Are you
relevance?
Yes, I'm saying. Does he have a QB coach? Does who have a QB coach? Yes. If you're talking about Jalen Hurts, our actual head coach is a QB coach. He's a quarterback and receiver coach. But that has nothing to do with the O-line. The O-line still has to protect the quarterback. And if he can't get protection to be able to do what he needs to do, it is what it is. I agree that we need. Hold on. I agree. Oh, my bad. Mm-hmm. I agree that we need a proper O-line to see his full potential. But if I'm the GM, I'd pull the trigger for Watson. We can get him at a discount, and Whiteside is a bust. Absolutely. Whiteside is another one. Bust. Say that, Walker. You all over it, bro. Like, all of our receivers are bust, bro. Like, I don't even know why we ended. Oh, Smith, he's the only one. And of course, Goddard. And I hate that we got rid of fucking I hate that we got rid of
Ertz.
Ertz. That was the dumbest move we could have done, bro.
That's one thing I guess you could say, that y'all offense wasn't built to be a 2 tight end offense. Is that fair to say? Hence the reason they got rid of Ertz. Because you had Goddard and Ertz.
I get where you're coming from. I mean, I get where you're coming from. So do he need another offensive coordinator? Maybe so. Maybe so. I'm not saying we don't. That could possibly be it. But to answer your question, Trey, how can you not be a 2 tight end offense
if you're a passing offense?
When you have a exactly. Like, that don't even make sense to me. If you're a passing offense and you're passing your offensive minded in regards to passing the ball, in regards to surrounding, why wouldn't you keep two of the best
tight ends in the NFL? You keep them both, and
especially when they got some of the best hands, especially when they got some of the best hands on your team. Like, Goddard and Ertz is right there with Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. Then you got your rest of your wide receivers, Rigger and all of them, Whiteside and all of them. Like, come on, you just got rid of one of your best hands. That don't make sense to me. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. And now you're over there with Kyler Murray killing it. Come on, bro. Like, why would you do that? If anything, I'd have got rid of one of Whiteside. I'd have probably got rid of maybe Rigger, somebody, a Whiteside, or RJ or whatever. I'd have got rid of all of them before I got rid of.
Yeah, y'all had some pretty bad offense. Wide receiver woes.
We have, bro.
Matthews,
that's what I'm saying. We have, bro.
like y'all, yeah.
Bro, we have. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's saying, no, we don't need to put no more money into these damn wide receivers. Put our money, put our focus on that O-line. Put our focus on that O-line. Beef up our defense because our defensive line is getting kind of older. Yeah. And our DBs, our secondary gets burnt on the fly all the time. Those are our focuses. I would go O-line, D-line, DBs. That's what I would do in our first 3 picks. O-line, D-line, DBs. That would be my first 3 picks in the upcoming draft for the
That's why he's trolling.
Gainwell is out your rabbit. AP, get off. Just get off. Just get off, bro. Gainwell is not better than Smith. Are you serious? No, bro. You lost your mind. Gainwell is not our best player. You are absolutely. Have you seen the catches Smith has made this season? Stop it, bro. I'm a pack. Of course. Well, of course you are, Freddie. We are under construction. Y'all been under construction for years, but we'll be. I'm from South Central LA and grew up not far from Torrey, so I have to be loyal to my. I got it. I understand. I knew it. He is not the best player on offense, AP. You're not going to get me to believe Gainwell is better than Smith.
So that's like saying, so tell me this, in the Applewhite, since you're on it, I just thought about who's the best player on the Cowboys, especially their offense.
Yes, I want to see
is CeeDee Lamb better than Amari Cooper?
I want to know. I want to see that answer.
Applewhite, tell me who's the best offensive player. Is CeeDee Lamb better than Amari Cooper?
And then I'm gonna tell you who y'all best player is.
What's going on, Dustin? How you doing, bro? What's good with you?
I'm gonna tell you who I think is y'all's best player on offense in Dallas. I'm going to tell you. Oh, but see on NFL News, bro, Trey. That's a good one, bro, Freddie. Living. Hey, on NFL News, they have that the biggest needs for the Houston Texans is the QB, the wide receiver, and the edge rusher.
I agree with them. But they need a back too. But I think that's another situation to where now teams are starting to minimize the back due to the running back by committee. As you see, the 49ers have just showed, like, if you got, or even, you know what, not to set up truthfully, I think someone that's a better wide receiver / running back is Cordell Patterson.
Yeah. He can. He's like a Debo or Debo Samuels to me.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Debo. Yeah.
So you're saying that's one of those situations.
See, even on the NFL, our needs are defensive tackle, offensive line, and linebacker. That's what the NFL says we need. Is our biggest need. Nothing in regards to offense. It says, well, outside of the offensive line, they said D tackle, O-line, and LB. I said instead of LB, I say DB. But other than that, I feel like the same way. Houston has a QB and Deshaun Watson if he plays, but otherwise, they have to commit to Davis Mills or Tyrod for next year. Running back option for Houston, they will have plenty. Okay. But my question for you, Trey, is if you have a Deshaun Watson or a Tyrod Taylor, do you really need a run game?
I still believe you need a run game because I believe very strongly. I think we talked about it before that a running back. Hold on,
Trey. Yes. Hold on, Trey. Let me rephrase that because I think I should have phrased it different. Not do you need a run game, but do you need a premier run game?
Oh, okay. No, you don't. Because you don't, because I was just going to bring that up, and because now, like we said, the running back by committee seems to be the the strongest, saying, option that we have for run games. All you need is saying, if you ain't got a Derrick Henry or the form of Freeman, Deontay Freeman,
Mm-hmm.
then you can
Or
get
Kamara.
past, saying with different, like a Kamara, or saying certain things like for the 49ers have shown that the running back by committee is very effective. You just need a bunch of mediocre backs or someone with the
Okay.
premise to go. So if saying when you have a passing game and you have them backs that can do that damage, or a couple of backs that can do damage, then that's effective now, seemingly nowadays. And it's not like the running back by Kennedy just popped up. It's been around for at least the last 2 or 3 years, in which some of the teams, it hasn't been a court now, obviously a a one Super Bowl, they have been able to even get there or have been pretty high regard, top TCs, something like that. But I mean, it's effective. If Mills is your
Okay.
starter, you need a
Okay.
premier running back, running game. True. If you go to Taylor, offense can flow differently. Yeah, different. So like you said, one side of the question. So yeah, so just like I said, like Dustin was saying that the personnel is determining. Like of course Tyrod, Deshaun. Well, Deshaun of course is the cream of the crop in that room, in that quarterback room, and then Tyrod can get you as a stopgap. Dave Mills showed that he has a little promise, and he depending upon who gets him next, what he'll be able to do. So they might be able to get away with not having a huge run game or a premier run game. But I mean, like you said, anything else, it remains to be seen with whoever else is around there. Brandon Cooks alone is not going to get it done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And I totally agree with you. I feel like you don't necessarily have need a premier running back um in Houston because of the fact that you have a Tyrod or a Deshaun. However, you do to have a running back, like you said, by committee, like Cincinnati has, with
Mm-hmm.
Mixon and Samaji. You know what I'm saying? Quarter running backs who can come in and get you, things here and there. But I do feel like you need a running back similar to Kamara who can catch the ball out the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To help Tyrod, to help Deshaun in ways, to be that last effort to dump it off in the flats and be able to make plays in the open field. So yeah, I totally agree with you in that aspect.
So as we continue to wait for Applewhite we can't wait too long for Applewhite to come up.
Yeah,
Saying moving on,
he ain't got an answer. That's what that is.
As we move forth, saying, of course, last night NBA action. We took a look at some of the games we made. Saying soft picks last night as we talked about NBA action. Of course, some of these games, saying great games. Of course, the man Ja Morant would played against the 76ers, which we labeled would be the better of the two games. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
Ja
And
Morant,
it proved to be
yeah,
because they
it
went in
proved to be
overtime,
that
didn't
just
they?
exactly that. Yes, overtime game, definitely. Ja had a chance to win it at the line and failed. But he did
What?
drop. Yeah, he was. He got a and one and a and one with 7 seconds left in the regulation, and he went to the line. He tied it at 2:11 at 1:11 and went to the line with a chance to put him ahead and knocked it off the back iron. And then they went to
Oh,
overtimes in which they ended up losing. But in that game, Ja Morant did finish with 37 points, 5 rebounds,
ooh,
5 assists. Bang, 34 points, 7 rebounds,
ooh.
1 assist. But they end up losing 122 to 119 to the Philadelphia 76ers, in which the 76ers were led by Tyrese Maxey, 33 points and 3 rebounds. Shout out to the young buck, young bull, and then 31 points and 5 rebounds from Tobias Harris as Joel Embiid was out for this in this game.
Oh,
So
Joel Embiid didn't even play.
he didn't play, and they still gave him,
Oh,
had
give
him
him
took
an
care of
L.
business. So it's
Wow.
just one of those things where you look like where you have the right people in place. They stand up and do what they got to do. And in this case, in this sense, the Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey took care of business. Of course, you also had the leading Eastern Conference leading Miami Heat faced off against Boston Celtics, in which Boston gave them all that work. winning 122-92, improving to a 27-25 record, while Miami sits at 32-19. Who was that, Maxi Priest? Oh yeah, what do you say? I couldn't see it. Hold up. The Phillies. Yeah, Simmons and Joel playing the MVP that year. He's the of course Walker's from Philly or New Jersey, so of course he's gonna stand up in all this talk.
Yeah, obviously y'all don't need Simmons, and it shows. Walker, it definitely shows that y'all don't need Simmons. Without question, it shows that y'all don't need Simmons. Um, and Joel Embiid was out too, and y'all played one of the most hottest teams right now in the league, and came out on top. Y'all definitely don't need Simmons.
Yeah, like Super Bowl teams have both. So, of course, like you say, continuing on with the Miami Heat game, they were led by Max Struss for 27 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Tyler Hero followed, contributed 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, while the Celtics top two, Jalen Brown, 29 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and Jason Tatum, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists with a double-double effort. They basically, and then had four additional players in doubles,
Yep.
definitely made a difference to help Boston get the win and make it a little bit easier for the Chicago Bulls to basically walk down and catch Minnesota as we get closer and closer to the NBA's All Star break.
Break. Yep.
Uh, of course, the Kings. I think our selection was that the Kings were not going to have enough for the Knicks, in which we both were correct. Sacramento Kings went on to New York, down to Madison Square Garden, to take on the New York Knicks. Knicks were gracefully victorious to improve 24-27, while the Sacramento Kings fall to 18-34. The Knicks were led by
Alec Burks with
Allen
21
Burks,
points.
21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. The conservative efforts from Quentin Grimes and Obi Toppin scoring 14 apiece, and Julius Randle poured in 17 points with 9 rebounds and 4 assists. Of course, the Kings was led by none other than Tyrese Halliburton, 21 points, 1 rebound, 8 assists. He got help, 11 points from Buddy Hield, 11 points from Garrison Barnes, and 18 from Davian Mitchell. But of course, it wasn't enough for the Kings as they fall to 18-34. The Raptors, within the who's that upset? But still team to beat the East. So that true, they might still be the team, but due to now they're a half game ahead. So yes. So my pick, you know what I'm saying?
But this goes back to what we saying though, Trey, and I kind of agree with you, Dustin, because they are hitting on all cylinders right now. But again, as me, Trey, have both said recently, it's all about after the All-Star break. Mm-hmm. Can they come back and stay on that same pace? Mm-hmm. Once the All-Star game is over. But they are definitely a team to be reckoned with without question. Miami, but they just got blown out by Boston. So,
but you know what? Jimmy Buckets didn't play last night either. Butler didn't play.
Jimmy didn't play.
Jimmy didn't play. So okay. I mean, when you start to look at it, back to what we were talking about just the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact, where the stars of these teams aren't on the court, and of course, it changes the whole outlook of the team. But someone who wasn't on, but this again, another showing of a team that didn't have their star on the court, and the outcome became exactly what we thought it was. The Toronto Raptors traveled to Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Hawks after they had just defeated the Lakers over the weekend. The Hawks fall 100-106 as they drop to 24-26, and the Toronto Raptors ascend to 25-23. The Raptors were led by Gary Trent Jr. with 31 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Pascal Siakam poured in 25 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. The Hawks with a trade.
Trey didn't play.
Trey Youngless Hawks
That's why they
were
lost.
led by Kevin Huerter with 26 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. 17 points from DeAndre Hunter and 18 points from Bogdanovich. But of course, like we said, evidently it wasn't enough as the Raptors were victorious and took care of the Raptors. I'm a correction, the Atlanta
The
Hawks.
Hawks.
That's yes. Of course, two additional games. Where was it? The Clippers took on the Pacers, and what, as I said, for a second, I thought it was going to go how Bishop was saying, but of course, the Clippers didn't have enough to last. They were led by Amir Coffey with 27 points, as well as Reggie Jackson contributed with 21 points, but it wasn't enough as the Pacers were victorious 122 to 116. The Pacers currently are at 19 and 33, while the Clippers are 26 and 27. Again, a show of mediocrity across the NBA. Is it just a meteor or Jackson led the Pacers with 26 points, 10 rebounds, no assists, and had assistance from Caris LeVert with 17 points, and Dwayne Washington and Terry Taylor with 15 and 16 apiece. Uh, and then, of course, the game in which we thought was going to go exactly how it did, the Golden State Warriors traveled over to Houston, third coast, and took on the Houston Rockets. The Warriors winning 122 to 108, improving to 38 and 13, pushing for that number one record in the West as well as overall NBA. The Rockets, now 14 and 36, were led by Christian Wood with 24 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists. Kevin Porter Jr. At 17 points, 11 assists, and 1 rebound. The Warriors, in his slump, coming back off his shooting slump, Steph Curry dropped a 40 piece with 40 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. Clay Thompson, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Andrew Wiggins, contributor, showing why he deserves to be a starter in the NBA coming All-Star game. 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. In this game, Steph Curry basically dropped 21 points in the fourth quarter. It came who they blame for it is Kevin Porter Jr. because at one point he had a stare down with Steph Curry, and that stare down they
I feel
felt
you,
like
Dustin.
feel like ignited Steph Curry and basically sent them on a tangent in which he just started doing his thing, doing what only Steph Curry does, and dropping dimes and dropping bombs from the outside. So they're blaming Kevin Porter Jr. for awakening the beast
The
in Steph
beast in
Curry.
him.
Yeah, because now it's like, okay, now they don't woke him up. Now the next person that they play got to deal with him now because he's
Yeah,
back.
yeah. That's what you don't want to do. That's one of the things they say. Let the beast lie.
Let him lie where he lie. Hey, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
let
saying?
him lie. Don't let
Let
him
him come.
don't
Let him
awaken the
come out when
beast.
he want. Let him come out when he want to come out.
Yeah, leave him alone. Leave him alone.
So of course, you
40,
know, saying
40 burger. He dropped a
yeah,
40
40.
burger on him.
Of course,
Ugh.
other games last night, Trailblazers took an L to the
Which we expected.
OKC Thunder, 98 to 81. Uh, and those were all those games. Tonight we have a 9-game slate. The Magic will be taking on the Pacers in Indiana. The slumping
9
Washington
games? I
Wizards.
only see there's 9 games tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You sure? I
Yes,
see
sir.
6. I see 7.
Yeah, it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 9 games. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm looking for tomorrow. I'm looking ahead. I'm looking into
I'm
a
like,
crystal ball.
I was like, I see 7
7 games.
games.
Yeah, my fault. My fault. I stand corrected. The Pelicans will be traveling to Detroit to take on the Detroit Pistons. The Washington slumping. They're still slumping. Even they be slumping probably come tomorrow too. The slumping Washington Wizards will be taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Miami Heat will be taking on the Raptors. Denver Nuggets will be taking on the hot Minnesota Timberwolves. The
Denver hot
Orlando
too, though.
Magic. Yeah, true that. The Orlando Magic will be traveling to Chicago to take on the Chicago Bulls. The Warriors will be up in your neck of the woods, Bishop, taking on the San Antonio Spurs, and your Brooklyn Nets will travel to Phoenix to take on another high team in the looking to get their 11th win of this for this streak, their second streak, double digit streak. Will be taking on the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix. Bitches, is this the game of the night? You think with Kyrie being able to play?
I'm looking. It's either that or the Nuggets and Timberwolves.
Mm.
But yeah, I would, because I'm a Brooklyn fan, I'm definitely gonna
Mm-hmm.
pick the Nets, and I'm taking the Nets, I'm taking the Bulls, I'm taking the Warriors. That Nuggets and Timberwolves, that could go either way. I'm taking the Bucks, I'm taking the Pistons, and I'm taking the Heat to upset the Raptors at home.
Yeah,
That
we
Denver
heard.
Nuggets and that Timberwolves game, oh golly, Big Cat versus the Joker.
Jeff off the. So I'm looking. I'm looking at the Pistons.
Okay,
Definitely the Bucks, the Heat, the Bull. Almost said the Magic. The Bulls,
I was gonna say.
uh, Warriors, the Suns, and due on their current trajectory, I'm going to rock with the Timberwolves to get Joker.
I'm gonna take the Nuggets then. Since you take the Minnesota team, I'm gonna go with the Joker. Since you got Big Cat, I'm gonna take the Joker and say they're
Yeah.
gonna upset the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
So as we was talking about, let's talk a little bit about this. So I was about to say some NCAA, not necessarily all NCAA B, but but it has different things that go on in there. So I have a couple of questions. Some things I found out yesterday there, Bishop, in which I think you would be interested in knowing. So I ask you this question, right? Who do you think has the most NCAA AP appearances in the college football's number one college football's number one spot? Who you think are the top five teams or
Hey, what?
programs?
Wait, say that again. The top
Top
five,
five programs that have appeared at the AP number one spot.
the AP coming in. So basically, coming into the season, college football
Or
season
just
at number one.
throughout the season who appeared being number one.
Alabama.
Okay, they're number one with 137 appearances, 11% of the number one appearances. So yes, you're cooking right now. You're cooking right now.
Alabama.
Hmm.
Uh, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, you would choose, but true enough, Oklahoma is number three with
Three.
101 appearances,
Yeah.
8% of the number one appearances. Okay, three more.
Who's two? Uh, I want to say at number one,
Number one is Alabama. Number three is Oklahoma,
Oklahoma.
which
Number
is
so
blasphemous.
is it? Let's see. Hold on. Let me look at something. Hold on. I gotta. Hold on. Let me look at something. Let me pull up something real quick. Now I'm not pulling up the same. I'm not pulling up the answer, but I'm just pulling up. Just LSU.
LSU is not one, but Dustin did come up with the number two. OSU, Oklahoma
Oklahoma
State.
State. Really? Oh,
Yes,
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Oh, is it
Ohio
Oklahoma
State.
State or Ohio State?
Ohio State. Ohio
Ohio
State.
State. Yeah. Okay. Ohio
Ohio
State. I
State
can see that.
is the second with 105 appearances, which leads to 8.7% of the number one appearances. So who is number four and number five? Do you second?
Dustin said Texas and USC.
So USC is number five with 91 appearances, 7.67%
So
of the
four.
number one. So who do you think number four is?
Hold on. I'm about to tell you.
So we have Alabama number one, Ohio State number two, OU number
Oh,
three.
damn. No, same. You better not be Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is
Is it Notre Dame?
number four.
Number four. I figured. I was like, it's got to be Notre Dame.
Number Dame
It
is
better
number
not be.
four
I was saying it better not be.
with 98 appearances at number one at the AP number one poll,
No. Yeah,
which is
Notre Dame.
8%.
And I hadn't even pulled up stuff up yet, but I just thought about. I was like, probably Notre Dame. I said, but
Yeah,
it better
Notre
not be
Dame.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame without a doubt. Definitely Notre Dame. So,
But you see them Sooners is in there though. You see
so
they
for
in the
now,
top
so
5, baby. You
that's why I
see that.
use this to lead in. So yes, they're in the top 5, just as USC, Pac-12 represent is in there.
But USC is where?
They're
Where's
number 5.
USC?
Number
Okay,
5.
where's Oklahoma?
Let's not get it twisted. Y'all only 10 appearances above us. So you know
Don't
what I'm
matter.
saying? Which we all know is about to change this
No, it's
year.
not.
So
No,
tell
it's
me
not.
this, Bishop. Why is
No,
it
it's
that
not.
Los Al's DeAndre Moore, better known as Demo, the junior standout, top ranked number 1 wide receiver in the draft, decommitted from OU and opened up his draft potentially again? With It's been said that USC and Louisville are in play for him. Why is it that he decommitted from OU there, Bishop?
Cause he a scrub. He ain't nobody. He a scrub. What's his name? What's his name?
DeAndre Moore, Demo. He was y'all
So
top
so he
recruit.
ain't even so
He
he
decommitted.
decommitted. So he's a senior in high school right now.
No, he's not even a senior. He's the 2023
Oh, he's a
commit.
junior.
Yeah.
We not even worried about him until you become like we don't know what you gonna
You
do
should be worried
once
about him
you get
because
a.
you know where he's probably going. You know where he's probably going.
He can
You know
go
where
to
he's probably
USC.
going.
He can go to the
You
Pac-12.
know that's exactly
What
where. And
what's gonna
Caleb.
hurt
We
him?
gonna get Caleb too.
Caleb has narrowed his top schools to USC and Wisconsin and transfer. If he goes to Wisconsin, they
Yeah.
become instant playoff contenders. It would be like the Russell Wilson effect. He could go. He could go to. He could go to USC. He can go to the Pac-12.
Let's go.
Y'all fail to realize
What am I
Oklahoma
failing
and
to
Texas
realize?
are about to go to the most difficult conferences in the world in the college football. So it
And
don't
y'all gonna
even matter.
lose. Y'all not gonna even match up, man. But no. You know what? You know what? I'll keep it 100. I will keep
How
it
you gonna say
100.
that when we've beat
I'll keep it
Alabama,
100. I'll keep it
we've beaten
100.
Georgia, we've beaten like what are you like?
I'll
How
keep
you
it
say
100.
that?
Now, this is what I will say, and everyone know it's going to be Bishop is going to have the OU Big Ten bias, but see now watch this, or Big 12. But watch this: when Oklahoma goes to SEC, guess where the next bias is going to go? He's going to be like the worst.
What?
The worst. He's going to be the worst. We're talking about SEC this, SEC that. Like he's going to be the worst. But he don't say it is what it
No,
is.
no,
But
no, no.
this I will
Well,
say.
I can't. Well, you're right. Well, when it's all said and done, once we go to the SEC, I can no longer speak of the Big 12 because we're no longer in the Big 12. So I
I'm trying
must
to say
speak
that.
of
Thank you, sorry, Madeline. Y'all can't win, bro. Y'all ain't gonna
who
win.
can't who can't
Y'all
win.
in SEC land. I don't foresee y'all.
Man, you out your rabbit. Man, y'all crazy.
So this is
Y'all crazy.
this is
If
what I
y'all think
say.
that like I said, we've already beat the Bamas.
I'm
We've
not.
already beat
Yes,
the Georgias.
we
Aren't they
can.
the powerhouses? Aren't they
Who's
the
your coach?
powerhouses in
Who's your
LSU? I
coach?
mean, aren't they the powerhouses in the SEC?
Who was your coach?
At the
Who
time in
y'all
which
beat?
we beat them,
The only
Lincoln
way
was
y'all might win. The only way y'all might win. Lincoln's gone. The only way Venables is now y'all coach.
right
Stoops
now, right,
maybe. Stoops
right.
maybe. Venables.
Don't worry.
Stoops maybe.
Don't worry.
Stoops maybe.
I cannot wait.
But what I will tell you is, what I will say this is, I believe now with I was on almost said Texas. Texas, no. Oklahoma, based off of what they did last year, will be in the top 5 in the conference. Because now when they get there, it's gonna make it what 15, 16 teams, 18 teams? How many teams in the SEC?
I don't know how, but somewhere close to that, yeah.
So I would give y'all the top in the top 5 maybe in the conference. Of course, you got your Alabamas, not any particular order, but Alabama, Georgia, LSU. Y'all might be over LSU, maybe. Y'all might be over LSU,
Maybe.
maybe. Yeah, y'all might be over LSU, maybe. But then you got, saying, you got the Giant Slayer, them Boilermakers. And,
Well, if
saying,
you don't
so.
stop,
Oh no, Boilermakers is in the y'all division. No, they in the Big Ten.
yeah, they not with us. You know
But
better.
so I'll give y'all top. I'll definitely top 7 without a doubt. But saying is so y'all should be able to do a little something. But again, let's not get off the subject at hand. Why is Demo decommitting OU before?
It's only
You know
10
why?
teams. It's only 10 teams in the SEC. Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky,
No,
LSU, Mississippi.
you got Florida. Oh, well, like you just said, Florida, LSU. I thought it was more than that. That's probably in that conference. It's two conferences. I mean, two
No, I'm
divisions.
saying what football teams make up the SEC?
Nah, it's more than 10.
Oh no, it's 14. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. So now with y'all coming, this be 16. So yeah, in
Yeah,
that I would give you. Yeah, I'll definitely give y'all top five in that. At this
absolutely top
point,
five.
at this point, at this
Because we
point.
definitely better than Auburn, Florida,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Kentucky.
whoa, 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 whoa.
What? Whoa, 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 what? Whoa, whoa,
But
whoa, 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 what?
so those two.
We better than Auburn. We better
Okay,
than
top
Florida.
seven, because you forget Texas A&M is there. So I'll give y'all
We
top
better
seven.
than Texas A&M. What? That's why Texas A&M left the Big 12 because they couldn't do nothing over there. That's why they left the Big 12. Get out of here. We
And then
better
they
than
went to it was considered to be the just
and
like
ain't
y'all. They
done
went
nothing
to the SEC.
and since they've been in the Big 12, since they've been in the SEC, they haven't done nothing. Texas A&M ain't done nothing since they've been in the SEC. Nothing.
Okay, not in no particular order. With Oklahoma being there, I think the top teams in the conference are Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Texas
Florida.
A&M,
If you don't
Auburn, and Oklahoma.
stop it, you cannot put Auburn before us. You cannot put
I
Florida
said no
before.
particular order, even though I
Oh,
did
okay.
name them what might have
Oh,
been
okay.
my
No
order.
particular, but I'm just telling you, for one
But I
side,
said no particular
Auburn is
order.
definitely not above us. Florida is definitely
They're in the
not
top
above us.
6. Okay.
Kentucky is definitely not above us. LSU not above us right now because they've been playing horrible. Mississippi's not
Hold on.
above us.
7. LSU.
Mississippi State is not above us. Tennessee damn sure ain't above us. Vanderbilt is
y'all got
not
your
above
work cut out
us.
for y'all, man.
We want that work.
Y'all got your work cut out for you, definitely.
Really? Okay, I got a better question for you, Wayne. When the last time was a Pac-12 team won a national championship? And I'll wait.
He's a SEC dude. He's an Alabama fan.
Oh, well, of course he gonna ask when the last time we won a national. How many national championships y'all got? He's an Alabama fan. You said?
Yeah, Alabama.
How many championships do Alabama have? Don't worry, I'll look. Don't worry, I'll look.
Tennessee has 6.
Too? Tennessee has who?
Applewhite. Come on, you know
Applewhite. And the last one y'all won was in 1950? Stop it, bro. Alabama, just do 15 times. Their first title came back in 19. They have Alabama really have. They have they have 15. Alabama has 15 national championships, dating back all the way to 1925. Let me see. Tennessee. Do Tennessee have 6? You talking about last year? We talking about this year? Did y'all win this year? Wayne, we ain't talking about last year. Did y'all win this year?
All of us sitting on the same couch, and when it comes to that conversation,
when it's all said and done, thank you. Did y'all win this year?
What's going on, Slow Jams?
Oh, y'all do got 6. Yeah, Tennessee has 6 with the last one dating back in when? Let me see how long ago.
Look at this.
Boy,
look at this.
We were there, really biased again. You count everyone
no,
else.
Look at Applewhite.
Count Tennessee. I know I'm looking at it biased again, counting everyone else. But I'm not saying I'm not. I said you got 6. I got it. We got 6 too. What are you saying? 98.
98 was the last one.
98 was the last time y'all won one. Good Lord, AP.
And you know who was that? Peyton.
Peyton. Yeah, that was. Peyton.
Oh, was it Peyton? Or was it Peyton?
Yeah, it was Peyton. 98, bro. I'm not being biased, bro. But y'all been irrelevant ever since.
True.
Let's talk about that part. Y'all have been irrelevant ever since. Y'all have been irrelevant ever since. Y'all haven't been even close to a national championship since Peyton left. Not close. Y'all ain't pinched nobody. T. Martin. Who is that? Was he a part of it?
Absolutely it was. T. Martin. It was T. Martin, not Peyton. Yeah.
Yeah. Like T. Martin, what decade are you talking about, bro? Either way, I give it. Y'all got 15 national championships. Got it. It don't matter if y'all didn't win the last one. Because like Trey said, y'all sitting on the same count. Just because you made it there don't mean anything, really. Unless you win it, it doesn't matter. They don't.
I tell you what. Them Trojans
Don't clap too hard, Trey,
finna
because
get
when's the
off the
last time?
coast.
Hold on, Trey. Don't clap too hard. When's the last time y'all? How many national championships y'all got?
Oh, we got more than both of y'all, both Alabama and Tennessee. That's for sure.
You
And
got more than
Oklahoma.
Alabama. Y'all got more than Alabama.
Yes, we just went over that. Remember? No, we don't. We got 12.
I was gonna
We
say
got
I don't
12.
think y'all
We
got
got
more than
12.
Alabama, bro.
Yeah, we
Hold
got
on,
12.
let me see. Okay, I was about to say, with y'all last one being in 2004.
Mm-hmm. And the next one coming in 2022.
No, that's not happening. Y'all got a bunch of conference titles though. 37.
Yeah.
Golly. But y'all bowl record is 34-20. Damn. Hold on. Y'all bowl record is 34-20. 37 conference titles.
Don't worry, we got more coming, baby. We got more coming. But you know what I'm saying, of course, what I like to talk about is, you know what I'm saying, being that it is Black History Month, let's sit up and talk about some of these HBUs. Bishop, did you know that
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gatorade what
Real quick.
go ahead.
I'm sorry. We have 7 there Applewhite. We have 7 national championships to y'all 6. So y'all one short. My bad. I did shortchange us. We have 7. Y'all have 6. So there go that bias. Take that bias with you. But what were you saying, Trey? And you see, hey,
Like I
check this
said,
out, Trey. You see, Applewhite
Black
never
History
came
Month.
back and said who the best player was on the Cowboys. You saw that, right?
We'll talk about the Cowboys.
Yeah, he never came back with that.
But with Gatorade has signed a multi-year deal with Shador Sanders, being the first HBCU player to sign a Gatorade contract, well, let alone a multi-year NIL contract. With this, do you think that it was basically his name and who his father was that got him this deal? What year? What year are you talking about? Applewhite. But in this again, I'm saying talking about the HBCU, as mentioned, Shador, quarterback for the Jackson State University uh, football team, coaching that's coached by his father, Deion Sanders. Shador Sanders basically got a multi-year NIL. If you don't know what NIL is, it's name, image, and likeness, which basically allows for college players that are considered to be amateur players to utilize their name, image, and likeness to seek to receive compensation. Shador, in this case, like I said, quarterback for the Jackson State University Tigers, I think the Tigers, has basically pulled down a multi-year contract with Gatorade, being the first HBCU player to sign with Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? Of course, that's got to be huge. But as I said, is this a situation in which it was because of his father, or you know, what I'm saying that got him his namesake that's got him this deal? Not to say that he's not playing. He's actually a pretty good player. Like you said, took the JSU to a I think a 10-win, 11-win season, as well as the won the SWAC, and as well as a berth into the championship, but fell short to South Carolina State. Let's put it on the year the Cowboys pilot. Okay. And then of course in what has just happened yesterday, as we all know, Grambling State, another HBCU here in Louisiana, in Grambling, Louisiana to be exact, Grambling State GSU has brokered a deal with for in a signing signing a deal in which allows all scholarship athletes to um receive compensation through the NIL, in which the whole, not just football, we're talking about basketball, anyone who is a scholarship athlete in Grambling State will be allowed to receive compensation per NIL signing which they sign. So of course that I adds to it, continues to add to it. Bishop, I was just talking about like you said, being that we're in Black History Month.
Uh-huh.
Shador Sanders signed a deal with a multi-year deal with Gatorade
Love
in
it.
it for NIL, which they didn't state what the deal was, but he is the first HBCU athlete to sign with
That's what's up.
Gatorade.
That's what's up. I like
And
it.
then
That's what's up.
even and to furthermore, Grambling, we all know Hugh Jackson is now the Grambling State head coach. And what Grambling has done is they've made a way for all their scholarship athletes to receive compensation through the NIL by basically signing a deal. They haven't said who they signed the deal with yet, but basically they signed the deal utilizing the NIL process to get all their scholarship athletes compensation while they're there at Grambling.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Mad shouts out to those entities that were taking care of the HBCU players and student athletes, man. Mad shouts out to them, man. That's what's up. I love it. I love it all. I love it all.
So, in the staying in the HBCU vein, do you know who is the top per 2000 January 26th? Do you know who the top rated school, what the ranking is for the top school in the recruit as far as recruits currently in the HBCU?
No, who does know that without looking it up?
Hence the reason why we're talking about it. You know what I'm saying? No one knows this. No one's paying attention to HBCU, but we here for it across. Deion Sanderson can play. Yeah, he's pretty nice. Nice
Yeah,
quarterback.
but do you really say he can play, being that he's playing at the HBCU?
Mm,
Do you really? Do
that's a
you
good
feel like
that's
the
a good
level of
that's a
talent? Do you
that's a
feel
good
like the level of
discussion.
talent? Yeah. Do you feel like the level of talent? Yeah, he's at Jackson State. Do you feel like the level of talent at HBCU compared to D1 is the same?
Mm.
Wayne,
So you
Ray,
answer. So the question being asked is if he was at a
D1 division school, anyone?
if he was at Oklahoma, would he be considered? Would he get the same accolades and say the same thing about
Wayne,
him?
you bringing up Jerry Rice doesn't mean anything. You bringing up Jerry Rice doesn't mean anything. That's one in how many players that come out of HBCUs and make it into the NFL. I said the level of talent that Jerry Rice played against, that the level of talent that Shador is playing against, the level of talent that any of these HBCU players are playing against compared to the talent that's in D1. Do you feel, Walter? I get all of what you're saying,
So
but
so
do
your
you feel
argument
like
your
that level of
argument
competition is
your
good? Is
argument is
strong?
if they played against or consistently against D1 talent, would they have been or would they have? I mean, it might not say that it wouldn't have been that they wouldn't have ascended to where they are or who they are, but basically you're asking from a college standpoint, would they have been what they were if they had played against D1 schools
Facts,
consistently?
facts. Jerry Rice is going to. That's good. I hope he does. I hope he does.
So to answer the question, of course, in the HBCU, the top 10, Tennessee State is 10 with three three-star players. Uh, Alabama State
Thank you,
University,
Wayne. I appreciate you for answering that question. He said, "No, I don't." Thank you. I
number
appreciate you.
nine. Alabama State is number 9 with five three-star players. Um, Alcorn is fourth with three four-star players. Eighth with four on three-star players. Howard is seventh with six three-star players. Florida A&M is that Florida A&M? Not Florida A&M. Mississippi Valley State is number 6 with four three-stars players. Southern University is number 5 with six three-star and one four-star. Florida A&M is number 4 with the same six three-stars, one four-star. Uh, Alabama A&M is number 3 with 11 three-stars, four six-stars. I mean, six four-stars. Uh, Grambling is number 2 with 13 three
Appreciate you,
stars.
LB.
It's 13 with 13 stars and three four-stars. And of course, Jackson State is number 1 with 10 3 stars, four stars, and one five-star player.
Well, right there it says it all. Right there it says it all.
What's that?
That right there tells you that they're not playing at that caliber that the HBCU are not playing up to the same caliber of players in which they're playing in the D1 level. Because out of all 10 teams, what they had one 5-star player,
One 5-star,
one
which is the
five,
top player in the country.
right? The one that committed on TV.
Mm-hmm.
One 5-star player, a handful of 4-star players. I think you may have named like maybe 5, if I'm not mistaken, a total maybe 5 or 6, and then the rest of them were 3 stars.
Mm-hmm. Only
out of 10
the
schools.
top only 5. Yeah, 5 out of 5 of them have 4-star.
Right. So,
4-star players. Yeah.
Yeah. So 10 out of 10 schools. So right there, that shows that they're not. It's a different level of playing. My LB, one of the founders for Psi Rho Phi Military Fraternity Incorporated, said it's the flip of a coin with it. But if you put him behind a D1 offense of line, he could play with any school. I'm not saying he can't, Wayne. I totally agree. I believe in
But you just added to the conversation, like, to have a perspective, like,
right,
saying, is
yeah.
he what
right.
everyone says he.
Right, and I mean, look at the pedigree. I mean, Deion Sanders is his dad, so we know he has athleticism in his veins. Totally believe he can play at the D1 level without question.
But would he be successful? Would he be
as successful?
Quarterback in
Right.
a 10-win, 11-win team?
Right? Could he do what he's doing in the HBCU in a D level?
If he's not at Alabama and anything like that right now, then that means he wasn't highly touted coming out for the most part. So let's say he was at a Vanderbilt or a
I would like to know what star did he have? What star did he have coming out?
Maybe a 2 or 3-star, I believe. But like, again, how much credence do we give to the star system? Because as we talked about and we seen,
true.
Cooper Kupp was a 0, didn't have a star rating coming out.
Yeah, just like the GOAT.
And he played. Cooper Kupp didn't have a star rating coming out, and he played at a D1 school. Well, no, not D1, D2, because he went to Eastern Washington.
Right.
But but he broke records in Eastern Washington, NCAA records in Eastern Washington,
right.
And now he's one of few triple crown wearers. And with a chance to become a Super Bowl champion here he's 4 years into his year. So how much credence do we give to the star ratings? Really, it comes down to it. But let me see. Well, I was looking at Shedeur.
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders.
He was a He was a 4-star. Per 24/7 Sports Deposit. He was a 4-star player.
So being him a 4-star, how did he not end up in a D1?
Probably, I wonder. Let me see. Did he have any other?
That's what we talking about, Wayne. Absolutely. Him being a 4-star, how did he not end up in D1?
So he had. Oh, okay. He did. Oh, okay. He did have offers. He got. He had offer from Florida State. He had offer from Alabama, Georgia Tech.
We know why Florida State.
Oh yeah, of course his dad. He had offers from Florida State, Alabama, Georgia Tech, South Carolina, Tennessee, UCLA, Memphis, UCF, FAU, Marshall, Louisiana, Cornell, Utah State, Georgia, and JSU.
Jackson State, where are you at now?
Where are you at now? As well as, I think it was some more. Let me see.
Oh, wow.
Michigan, Vanderbilt, Arizona State, Georgia, UTEP, LSU, Houston, Florida, Louisville, Oregon, Baylor, Syracuse.
Now, mind you, with all them offers, a lot of that, not taking anything from Shedeur, a lot of that is because of who his father is. And I know a lot of y'all may disagree. Oh, yeah. Come on, man. Without question. You don't think the Mannings went to the schools that they went to? Come on, Peyton followed his father in Tennessee. No. Yeah, his father went to Tennessee. Archie, I think, went to Tennessee. Yeah, Archie. No, he went to Mississippi. Was it Mississippi or Tennessee?
I think it was Mississippi.
So Eli went to Mississippi with where his
Yeah,
father.
yeah.
So okay, but a lot of it, people may not want to believe that. And now, like I say, I'm not taking no credit away from Shador. Not saying he's not a good Ole Miss. Yeah, he went to Mississippi. Thanks, Wayne. Yeah. I'm not taking any credit away from any of Shador's accolades and what he's done. Exactly. Because my whole point, that's what I was just getting at right there, Mike. Appreciate you.
So that brings up the same. Do you think the same thing for the Manning, the son,
Arch, the youngest son,
the young,
the
no,
one that's
yeah,
about to come up? Yeah,
yeah,
I do. Absolutely. I mean, but don't get me wrong, he's balling out. He is balling out. He's balling out. I watched him play before. He can ball. His son, I'm the Manning brother. I watched him play. He can ball. He can ball. He definitely can ball. But yeah, it's the pedigree, bro. It's just whether you believe it or not, it's just like dogs. When it comes to dogs, horses, if your pedigree shows talent, 9 times out of 10, you got that same talent. 9 times out of 10, you have that same talent, bro. And I think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why Shador got all like, come on, he had a lot of offers. A lot of offers. That's a whole lot. Like he had like 20 offers. Archie better stay committed to my Tigers, Manning to Clemson. Yeah, and which he probably will, man. Mike, like I said, I watched him play. That boy can ball. That boy, he can ball. I saw him as well, Bishop. Yeah, he can ball. He can ball. So again, it goes pedigree. It's pedigree, bro. When it's all said and done, if you have a history, a father, grandfather who played the game at a high level,
your grandfather and your uncles both,
yeah, at a high level, it's a good chance that you are going to be not necessarily Michael Jordan's son was garbage. Got you, facts. It
so
doesn't
no,
happen for everyone.
I won't say Michael Jordan's son was garbage. However, he wasn't Michael Jordan,
He wasn't Michael Jordan.
and that becomes a problem. Like he wasn't nowhere close to what his father was, and that's why I think everyone thought he was going to beat.
Because didn't he play college ball? He
Yeah,
made college
he played
ball.
for. I think he played for Vanderbilt or something like
Something
that.
like that. Yeah, he
But he
played college
wasn't like
ball.
he played. You know what I'm saying? And he was.
For one, he didn't have He didn't have his father's measurables. He wasn't as tall as Mike.
Yeah.
For one, he didn't get the height and he didn't get the measurables of Mike either. So you got to keep that in. You got to keep that in consideration too. Like, if I'm not mistaken,
think about like Barry
if I'm not mistaken,
son.
Shador is taller than his daddy. He's taller than Dion. If I'm not mistaken, Shador is taller than Dion.
Bronny is nothing. Bronny at this point should be all over the news. He's nothing like his father.
He is all. Bronny's all over. And bro,
I'm talking about how his because you got to think Bronny. He's not the top player on his team. He's just on the team with some other players, but he's not the top player on his team. However, his father.
But he's playing with. But he's playing. LeBronny's playing with like Wade's son. He's playing with other NBA players' sons too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's not the top player as opposed to what his father was. Or think about it like Barry Sanders' son. His son was nothing like Barry Sanders. So what we had to make sure is we don't get caught up in the situation where we look at.
Listen, y'all. Let me
explain
like something. Father. Let me explain something to you. I didn't say it happened. I said 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, if you're Wayne saying he is in regards to Shador being taller than Dion. I'm saying 9 times out of 10, if your pedigree is of high stature, that you're
is he? I don't know about that. I'm listening.
Definitely, but Bronny is where Bron was talent wise at that age. I don't know. You know what? I don't know, Mike, because I've seen some clips of Bronny, and Bronny, he can play. I don't know though. I don't know. I gotta. You know what? I would really like
go
to
back and look at
a full game. Yeah, a full game. He definitely has the talent. He definitely has the talent. But
he say, is it okay? He corrected himself.
Is it? Oh, okay. Got you. Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely he's not like
Yeah, but don't y'all get it misconstrued, man. I said 9 times out of 10. We know everybody, like just like Karl Malone. Karl Malone's daughter won a national championship in college basketball. Don't y'all forget? Karl Malone. Am I talking about? Yeah, Karl Malone's daughter. Yeah. She won. I think she won 2.
And then think about it. Saying rest in peace, but think what Gigi would have been Has she been
They
able
already
to?
were saying she was on her way. They was already looking at recruiting her early. When she was during her passing, they was already talking about recruiting her. So I mean, I'm just saying the apple don't fall far from the tree.
In most cases, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Not all it don't happen for everybody. True enough. I said that's why I said 9 times out of 10. But yeah, man.
Definitely is. So of course, they're saying everyone. Of course, everyone wants. Saying especially if you had some heyday in your time frame, you of course want to build that or your child in your image or to a degree to amount to that and meet up to that. And of course, it makes it's no different from all these players who have kids who have played or who are playing.
That's true, Zach. I truly believe that.
I don't know, Steph,
Can y'all name
Steph,
who?
Steph, Steph Curry.
Oh, there it is. There it
Steph
is.
Curry, without a
Because
doubt, fam.
he's damn so better than Dale. He's definitely better than his daddy. Definitely
Oh,
better than his
snap.
daddy. There it
Yes.
is. There it is. Without question. Matter of fact, Seth and his brother is
Uh,
probably
I,
better than
so
Dale.
definitely, I would say, it's funny. Seth is
Seth and
definitely
Steph
he's
is
making a
better than
difference. Saying he's because you for the most part, Seth started out as a journeyman. He bounced from
team to
team to
team.
team, but
Yeah.
now saying he has looked like he has found a home, and saying he was starting to find one. I would have loved for him to have been the Laker at some point, but of course that has passed. Because now if we get him, it's like he's probably past the prime. Uh, like most of our players nowadays. But
But in Seth younger than Steph?
yeah, he
Seth
is.
is the baby.
Clay, yeah, Clay too. That's correct. Both Splash
Who's
brothers
Clay's
better.
dad?
Oh well, you know what? I stand corrected, Freddie. I stand corrected
Who's Clay's
because
daddy?
Michael Thompson. Michael Thompson was a first round draft pick. So Michael was a beast.
But did he
It,
do anything in the league? Michael Thompson. Who is
yeah,
Michael Thompson? I
Michael
don't even
Thompson.
know.
Yeah, Michael Thompson. He played for the Lakers. So
Hmm.
they're different. Without a doubt, they're different. Two different styles because he was a post player, but Clay definitely. Uh, yes, he did go to Duke. Sorry, Mullen. Yeah, he went to Duke, but he didn't start out at Duke. He started out at uh Buffalo, I think, and then he transferred. Then he transferred to Duke after that. So he unlike Steph, he played at Davidson the whole time. It wasn't touted, but I think I would like to believe that Clay's that pedigree, like Bishop was talking about, the pedigree in which he has from the family and from Steph is what got him an opportunity to transfer from Buffalo to Duke, and then he because he didn't have that much of a showing at Duke, in my opinion, either. But of course, they were stacked because they had Kyrie and all of them at that point. So, uh, but definitely, well, of course, Clay resume is more defined. I'll give you that. But you know what I'm saying. But from the start, his father came out. I think came out was a bit better than him. Like he was a top rated recruit coming out of college. But at this point, he's definitely a better shooter than without a doubt. So of course we have come to that time again. It has been gracious. It's been going back and forth with y'all. We always seems to be certain topics that would spark a conversation. That being of college football, without a doubt. Especially when we talk about these conferences in which Bishop will continue to drink the Kool Aid. But you know what? It's okay. He will be made a
It's water.
believer.
It's not Kool-Aid, it's water.
He will be made a believer in the next couple of years as I'm not gonna speak bad on Oklahoma.
You
Brent
can't.
Venables. I'm not gonna speak bad on
You can't.
Oklahoma and
Not when
say
your team is
Brent
USC. You
Brent
can't.
Brent
You can't.
Venables
You
is
can't.
going to run
Not
them
when
in the
your team is
ground.
USC.
But what I do believe strongly,
Thanks.
I I strongly
Eminem.
believe that Lincoln Riley is going to elevate us to a point to where Bishop is not going to have no point but to give give the love in which he should. That's why I foresee is coming. Definitely, that's on its way. Bishop, do you have any parting words?
Oh no, man, great show, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate all the feedback, man. Great feedback today. Definitely appreciate it. Love it, man. Continue to tune in. Have a great Tuesday, man.
Stop it, Applewhite. Stop it.
What he said? I live in Oklahoma. Oh, you play some serious bad. Stop it, bro. Them volunteers, what? Shut up, Applewhite. Bro, if you don't stop, go ahead and close this out, Trey, because if Applewhite put up another... And did you see that nonsense he said in regards to who he said was the best player? Hold on, bro. Did you really sit here and say... Bro, where was that?
I was just about to say... He said Pollard was the best player this year.
Close us out, bro. Close us out, bro. Because that dude is on some other stuff.
We greatly appreciate y'all showing up. You know what I'm saying? Of course, like we always say, we're here every Monday through Friday, 09 to 1100. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never know what's going to come up, especially when we get to talking these topics. Greatly appreciate y'all coming out. Keep that, that's on. Keep that. I always tell them, Fred, to keep that same energy. Keep that same. Parsons. He said Parsons. Parsons and
he said Parsons for defense and Pollard for offense. Stop it.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Pollard is not better than CD. He's not.
So, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we greatly appreciate y'all coming. Be sure to check us out tomorrow as we continue on. I'm trying to get, you know what I'm saying? I'm really like Bishop piqued the interest in me. I'm trying to get his mans on to talk some conspiracies. I love to have that conversation.
I'm gonna hit him up, man, and see what's up.
See if we can talk these conspiracies and see
he got some good stuff, bro. He got some good stuff. We was talking the other day. He got some good stuff, man. He gonna bring.
So he'd love to sit up and have it on. So be sure to, like you said, check us out tomorrow. What's tomorrow, Bishop?
Hump Day.
Yes. It's definitely Hump Day. So we look forward to seeing y'all here tomorrow.
Stop it, Wayne.
We'll see you in the championship. That time is gone.
Yeah.
What goes up must come down. It gotta come down. It gotta come down.
Boom, Schooner in the building. Let go.
Trojans, y'all already know what it is. Cyber 5, military fraternity, y'all all know. Incorporated, and we'll holler at y'all.
Y'all know what Trojans
Group
are good.
Attention, fall out.
5. Let's go. Cyber 5, military fraternity, Incorporated.